off.
So,
For $5. Because they both came from that 2 days ago from yesterday. Go do it. Commit to it. R-O-M-S-T-O, you can take these rooms to go.
So we start off. Our adventure.
Sorry.
Okay. Nobody look at me. Our adventure begins at the outpost Omega 1, which is hidden in a missile silo deep in the river mountains. It's this gigantic concrete structure surrounded by these beautiful kind of desert mountain landscape with just a sort of a single road in the distance going past it, and a couple of like hangars and new outbuildings around the actual thing, which also goes deep into the ground. The silo itself does. So, if you know what, let's start with Entropy. Would you like to introduce yourself to the group and then say what your character's doing?
Oh balls, I was picking the font for my character.
Well, we've discovered you in Google Docs.
What am I supposed to be doing? I'm sorry.
Just give your character's name, a brief description of your character, and what you're doing.
My character is Entropy, as you guys well know by now. He's very gangly, kind of like if you brought a clothes hanger to life. And what's it called? Like, I think it's 15 feet tall. Instead of like a normal Cybertronian face, he instead has almost a sort of security camera with a red lens, and instead of like eyelids, it's a camera shutter. His hands are also, like his fingers are very like elongated and look very suitable for stabbing and very poor for handling most other objects. What would he be doing right now?
I don't know, that's up to
I
you.
think. Let's see. Does first aid carry things like pins on him? Like for
Pens?
Yeah, writing.
Oh, I think you said pins. Yeah, first aid is, he is currently in the med bay right now, but he does have,
Oh, he's in the
yeah. He
Actually,
had-
does Cup carry pins on him? Or any other
Cup carries like
easily
several extra cigars.
yoinkable things?
he definitely has joinkable things.
I
Cup
think-
is, are you where Cup is right now?
I don't know where Cup is, probably.
Yeah, Cup is right now in the armory, which is down really in the sort of belly of the beast, inside the silo. He's currently sitting on a chair with a cigar in one hand, telling one of his many, many, many war stories to a group of rather enthralled Dinobots who are sitting in front of him, just kind of all that. Grimlock is like leaning his head on his knee. It's a very cute sight. So they're all chatting away. If you want to try and sneak up and steal something from him, you could.
Does he have? Would he have anything shiny on him?
Definitely. I think he has at least
Extra
one
cigars.
custom knife on him.
Yes. I think Entropy wants to sneak up and yoink a knife.
So that is probably going to be our first roll of the session. That's probably going to be a, I'm going to say that's going to be, let me find your skills. That is going to be, I'm going to say that's going to be your infiltration against his evasion. Which now leads to a thing where I don't have a character sheet for Cup.
You didn't foresee.
I didn't foresee you trying to rob my NPCs. Hold on, I'm like...
Sure, we must have suspected.
Off to a grand
I didn't
start.
know what I would be doing there.
The first
And so the
action.
first
went with
thought
your
is...
gut.
No, hold on. I have some pre-generated character sheets for the characters. So we're going to just scroll...
So it's a D20 plus whatever the additional dice I've got going on, right?
Yeah, D20 plus whatever your skill dice is.
Alright,
And
let me pull up. I don't have a D2, so let me pull up a dice roller. Alright.
Why is everybody sitting in the lobby going?
All right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
jeez, why did that He's really.
That's a modifier. Okay.
What's in the vacuum, buddy? It's mostly you hairy bitch.
Okay, that's E2. Nope, fucking laptop. There we go.
Do you have any specializations in infiltration?
I just have like the plus D2. The problem is trying to find an online like. You know what? Heads is 1, tails is 2.
Yeah.
Alright. So I just roll the D20 and
Yep, just roll the d20.
Alright, that's 10.
It's not gonna pass.
Oh.
So,
Loud clattering
yeah,
noise.
yeah, as you
I
go,
need to have this balanced on the table. and not-
as you go to
Failed me.
sneak up behind, and Cup has this, knife kind of just sitting kind of near him. He's, been doing like some sharpening stuff. This is the armory after all, so he's probably just doing maintenance on it. As you kind of go to reach for it, Swoop, one of the Dinobots, spots you and starts squawking rather loudly, and then it goes and yells, "Don't interrupt story! Why interrupt story?"
And she's going like,
And meanwhile, as you look up, you see Cuphead's kind of like, you go to grab the knife and you feel another hand kind of go around yours as kind of reaching down, just going, "What you doing there, lad?"
Entropy kind of like turns his head to the side, like he's looking around to see like he looks like duh, not me.
Very, very pointy shrug.
Yeah. That is mine. And he kind of pulls it back towards him and just goes, "I'll be off with you."
You see him kind of like deflate a little bit, and then he jogs on down the hall, accepting his defeat but looking for someone.
So now that little saga's over, let's go with Gangplank, actually.
Oh boy.
Step 1, how the fuck do you get here in the desert?
Well, you see. Alright, so
A boat crashes from the sky.
Oh, the one thing I didn't write down is height, but yeah, I'm getting
12.5, I believe, according to what you put in your chat. I made a height chart.
Thank you very much. I was hoping someone either
Entropy
pull
has
it
been
up.
grabbing everyone's medical records. They're shiny. Give me the data pad back, you fuckhead.
Alright, yeah, so Gangplank, 12.5, very sort of stocky build, more like strong center weight, but his legs and arms kind of thin out a little bit.
I was close, 12.7.
12.7, thank you. He does not have a face, but instead just a singular sort of like aqua green eye from the...
Not the only one bitch with a face in this group.
Probably. So as to what he's doing right now, so we're in a desert, right?
Yep.
You're in Las Vegas.
No, you're not in Las Vegas. You're
We're
near
near
Las
Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
Gangplank probably be trying to seek some manner of animal in right now.
Alive?
Yes.
Okay.
So, do you think he's like in the silo or like on the grounds nearby?
Probably
Sorry,
on the
robot
grounds
has
nearby.
tiny
Just
squirrel.
given the minor distraction this one just made, I imagine him with like, I don't know, maybe a roadrunner or a coyote, just trying to keep it in his arms. Just trying-
Terrified fox going,
Yeah. So as you take this, whatever animal, this tortoise, I don't know.
there's a coyote biting one of his hands, just hanging off, just like, let me go.
Yeah, as you take this very unwilling coyote with you into the bus, you're kind of you're sneaking as well as probably a 12'7" bot can sneak. There is kind of a distraction in the courtyard itself, made up of the aerial bots who are all training, and by training, they are bickering right now. Slingshot is cursing out Silverbolt. Air Raid is currently trying to fight Slingshot for existing, and Fireflight is currently standing over the edge, looking into a wall.
It's time out.
No, he's not in timeout. He's just zoning out. He's just zoning out.
They put his ass in the Blair Witch.
Yeah, Silverbolt currently has has an expression on his face that looks like he desperately does not want to be here. He's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. You also see, not helping the situation is leaning up against, like a sort of pillar of one of the hangars is another Cyclops, with, the kind of navy blue design, as Whirl is currently hurling insults at all the aerial bots as they're trying to do their sparring. Not helping, as, he's just like,
Does he even go here?
No, he's not part of the aerial bots, and I don't think he's legally allowed on base, but he's here.
He's standing next to like a restraining order poster that says, "Do not let this man inside."
He's just kind of standing in the corner. So that chaos is going on. Nobody's looking in your direction.
Yeah, they're like as nonchalant as possible. Like, come on, Mr. Blight, you don't feel like that. And just trying to get back to the...
Where are you taking this coyote?
It's going like he usually hides animals, probably within his quarters, if personal quarters are a thing.
Yeah, so you're going inside of the silo. So I'm trying to imagine, like, when I imagine the layout is, you kind of walk in. There's a couple rooms. It's very, it's interesting. Inside, it's all like sort of concrete floors and stuff that have kind of been moved with like different paneling. It has a very temporary feel to it. It's got a lot of like, there's like sheet metal for like ceilings and stuff, and it's very clear that this is all stuff that the sort of, besides like sort of the ground floor, this is all stuff that the bots have built themselves, because this was an event building. So you're going to go down. I imagine you're probably going to pass, what's the funniest thing? You know what? I think you're probably going to have to go past the med bay, which, do you want to make an infiltration check for that?
Yeah, sure.
As you walk past the open doors of the med bay.
Reg is just sitting there like this, just glaring at him.
Alright, so I have...
Hold on, let me find, there's something...
19, and then you have a D4 to add to that.
Okay, so...
Oh, that's what you add. I don't understand rules. I thought you were just rolling a
Damn it,
d20.
I had it...
Triangle.
Triangle.
Triangle, square, triangle.
23 total.
20, yeah, you, as you go in, you see...
Clearly rolling with this level is way to go.
Yeah, you, as you, make your way in, you see that, the medbay is not paying attention to you, because right now, one of the sort of medical, not students, but one of the medical assistants for Ratchet is, Gadget, is dragging in a very battered looking sideswipe, while currently yelling at him about, why the are you racing Sunny again? We're supposed to be in disguise. You're two Lamborghinis in the middle of the desert. Why are you racing? By the way, this is all happening while she's in her alt mode, which is just essentially a large metal fox. So she's like this giant, essentially like dog dragging in this robot as he's like being yelled at. You see, First Aid looks like he does not want to be here.
First Aid is also in the corner.
Yeah, First Aid is so there. You also notice a sign tacked onto the door that just says, due to that says like away on mission staff notice, and it says Ratchet and Wheeljack. So Ratchet is not currently in the medbay. Currently First Aid is the one running it with the help of all the other medical assistants. It's a going.
It's happening.
Yeah, so you managed to sort of sneak past because Gadget is currently
Gives
trying...
him her thumbs up, and the coyote's still pointing the
Yeah, Gadget is currently just trying to murder Sideswipe with her mind, I think. It's her, Red Alert. You also see, like, in the adjacent office, Rung is kind of working on some paperwork. He's not looking at you. Yeah, so they're all dealing with this conundrum, and I think also Lifeline at this point is like you can hear calling people on radios trying to figure out where Sunny went, because Sunny also crashed, but they just haven't found him yet. So you make it past the medbay, no problem.
Alright.
This is the coyote.
Hiding.
The coyote will be played by Ronnie. Oh boy.
Hold on, I'm trying to find...
I love
There's
the fonts.
something...
Ooh.
Very nice.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm trying to find... There's a table I want to find.
What font is that?
Orbitron. Yeah, Orbitron.
Orbitron.
It's on Google Docs.
Yes. This is a Google Docs font. I downloaded every single sci-fi font they had.
Oh,
So
perfect.
there's
Okay.
also source code pro.
Okay.
I think at least one.
So you're currently driving the Coyote into your quarters. Entropy is currently sulking after failing to rob somebody.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile.
outside, how is there's I assume there's like a large like door sort of bay into the.
Yeah, it's like a really big, like, sliding door that kind of has a camera set up on it that kind of scans. Basically, it knows if you're supposed to be on base.
Okay. Outside, there is a white Mazda Miata absolutely booking it towards the base, and just when it looks like this is about to be a terrible collision, it unfolds, and you see just the worst little guy. Just sort of like it turns. LCDC turns into their old mode, sort of like slides to slow down and like slide through the doors in what they think is a cool manner.
Yeah. So it's like the gate kind of peels
As the
apart.
gate opens, you're just like
You slide in.
sliding through. What am I doing? I'm gonna go bother Brainstorm and see if he's around.
Yeah. So you do it, you look up, you realize nobody is looking at you because right now everybody is fighting with everyone in the courtyard.
The little wings go down a little bit.
Yeah,
I was like,
the
oh,
aerial
sick,
bots
look
are
at
off.
this one. It's like, and you know that people were watching the day before they tried to do that when they did slam into the door.
Yeah, you everyone's fighting except for you go past. You see the airbots all like kind of bickering, we're all making fun. You also see in a hangar there's a very large, barely fitting in their space shuttle with a sort of a projection in front of it of a holoform that is currently working on something. The holoform is kind of old man in a kind of nice suit, very cute from James Bond films, as you see Jetfire working on his holoform projector to make it even better.
That's so cute. Fucking flashback.
I picked this before, okay? I just like the idea of that personality. But you go inside. You're gonna have to go up a couple levels because the science labs are a bit up. So you kind of make your way over to the stairs.
Make my way up. Make my way
You
upstairs.
make up. You go. You see the science labs, which also have a note that was pasted a couple weeks before, explaining to all staff that Wheeljack is no longer allowed in the science lab and must do his experiments outside with Jetfire due to the risk of explosions. And you hear some, speaking of explosions, as you go up to the door, you hear a very, yes, oh, fuck, and suddenly you see a cloud of smoke come out of the doorway.
I open the door, but like try and get kind of a little bit of a running start to do another cool slide in.
You run straight into the legs of, like, you basically drop kick Brainstorm, who's currently holding a beaker that is smoking and, like, cracking
I
the
knocked
beaker.
myself out of the side.
Thank you so Brainstorm, head over heel, tumbles, splash, and you just see the beaker break open, and you watch as whatever was in it melts through the floor and goes through at least 2 floors down.
That's probably fine, right?
Note to self, test trial 2.0 was a failure, and you just see, like, Preceptor kind of just walk up behind and just go, when will you learn that the synthetic energon idea is not going to work? And he's just like, no, I can do it, Percy, I can do it.
Meanwhile, as the child is divorced in the middle, I'm kind of just like looking down the hole, like no one was standing underneath that, right?
Yeah, luckily no one was. But they're all there, and at this point, Brainstorm kind of finally notices you're there and goes, oh, hey, LCDC!
No.
Brainstorm kind of awkwardly, like, mimics back your thing and just goes, you want to see some cool stuff that I'm working on?
Hell yeah, dude.
Takes in, goes around the hole as the kind of smoke is clearing out. You see, the room is divided into, quite literally, there's like a line of tape on the floor that kind of goes over like a table and some stuff, but literally dividing the room in half. One half is immaculate, very clean. The other half looks like it was just bombed. And Brainstorm takes you over to the
bomb side.
the bomb side. As Percy goes back over to his, and you see him kind of wander over, and then and you see Percy turn into his little microscope mode as he goes back to working on whatever he was doing before the lab nearly exploded again.
boring.
You also hear in the distance, Prowl very, like, distantly yell up through the hole, just goes, "Brainstorm!" She, like, sees the hole in the floor.
Oh no, Captain Dipshit found out.
Brainstorm just goes, "Plausible deniability."
It could be anyone.
I'm obsessed with the Prowl voice.
I
Favorite one
panicked.
so far. I love that.
There was a voice? I don't know.
Yes.
But he takes you over and you see him working on. So he's got like a little kind of what looks like almost like a fume hood thing that he's working on. He like reaches in and kind of twists like some like gloves that he's working on. You see him pick up like some. You see what you recognize as like an energon cube, as well as some other like metals and stuff, and he kind of holds them together with these kind of robotic arms that are in this kind of fume hood. And as he does so, a really bright laser comes down and goes like crackles and melts, and you see like the energon and the metal kind of twisting together. And he goes,
Sick. What does it do?
as of right now, nothing.
Awesome.
We're just trying to fuse energon to some of the rare earth metals like found on this planet, and just trying to see what they do. One of them liquefied and exploded it exploded when I added it to water. Turns out this thing called sodium doesn't really like water.
Noted.
But this one, you can see it's the model he's merging with is very pretty, very kind of blocky shape, like kind of rainbow. It's bismuth that he's melting it with. And you see it kind of turn, and as he does, like kind of it solidifies back into sort of the glowing form you recognize as kind of energon, but with that same kind of blocky structure.
Ooh. Weird. Like it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. High five.
Yeah.
High five.
He first he like kind of gets confused at first and then moves the robotic arm so it just smacks the inside of the feed hood, but then eventually he just high five.
Hell yeah. I wrote down Brian instead of Brainstorm.
His name's Brian. Brian.
Whose theme is that?
This is Megatron's theme from Fall of Cybertron.
Thank you.
No,
Any
it's
other
not. It's
questions for
from
Wikipedia?
Devastation, isn't it?
No, this is not Devastation. Don't fucking question me.
As suddenly, as you know, all this is going on, you hear this throughout the silo where you guys are. You hear a you hear
A sick guitar.
You hear a sick guitar. You hear a sort of intercom announcement go out as kind of Teltran does its little announcement that says,
Oh, no.
calling Autobots, LCDC, Gangplank, Entropy, to meet in control room.
I look at Brainstorm and I go, what's the over-under on that being proud trying to yell at me?
Brainstorm just kind of goes, it's definitely Prowl.
God damn it. I look down the hole to see if it's big enough to drop through.
No.
Alright, I'll take the stairs.
It
And
is
I'm gonna really
even through more of the metal. It's
I
expanding.
take the stairs.
I think like a few floors down, Entry happens to be walking the area, and he just peers up through the hole, really confused, and looks back down.
Yeah, waving Entropy through the hole.
He waves back up.
Gangplank's like, oh shit. All right, Mr. Body, don't eat any of the others. Just stay. Be good. Be good. Close the door.
Mr. Bunny, turn. There's a terrified roadrunner in the corner. Some chickens.
Like, behave.
There is
I'll
a
be
tortoise, a roadrunner, like like a very angry rattlesnake. It's just all in this room, and as you leave, you hear a lot of like hissing and like cawing noises.
back. I'm sure they'll be best friends.
Oh boy.
Yeah, as he jumps
Team
off
brain
your
cell
hand, just
over
right
here.
turns around one last time and just goes. I don't know what sound a coyote makes. I think it's like a possum. But you, so you all. Possums hiss. Yeah.
Have you seen a coyote?
I don't know, they're both bitey. I know they're not related, I just assume they make the same noise.
I just think they could team up.
Alright, so you all make your way to the
Control room.
yeah. Let's do
We have a lot of illegal pets in this space. Entropy is a single beta fish.
he's grass because he is green.
His name is Grass because he is the color green.
Very nice.
So you all
His name is Weed.
you make your way into actually I want to save this song for later.
Oh, that was scary.
Jump scared by Ultra Kill.
Let's do the problem is I've forgotten half of these. Okay, Tron Legacy music. Yeah, this'll work. So you make your way into the control room.
Things are getting intense.
Yeah. You see, it's a room with a lot of computers and screens.
Blaster is fighting with the volume control on him.
Yeah. The blaster is like playing background music. You see, also, as you are walking up, you hear another intercom that goes, Autobot Rusty, make your way to the control room. And so you enter, you see, all these screens, a lot of like data is being shown, a lot of people like passing data pads around. You see 3 people standing by the center console of Teltran. One is Prowl, the other is Jazz. Prowl just kind of sighs as you walk in, and standing in the middle of them is Optimus Prime.
Oh, bugger. Don't say that out loud.
Oh, I wish you would. And as there you make your way in, you also hear, and you see the biggest Autobot you ever see besides Prime kind of make her way through the doorway and kind of stand behind you.
LCDC is feeling very little right now as a very little, 8-foot tall robot.
The other Autobot looks down at you and just goes, howdy.
Good day.
Waves. And then as you come in, Prime walks towards the group of you and goes,
My name is Optimus
I
Prime.
got I have to do this voice.
Before time began, there was the cue.
Thank you to the 4 of you for agreeing to meet here today. We have a mission that we think would go well with your particular set of skills. Thank you all for coming here and guarding the Earth and its people. Jazz kind of walks up next to him and just goes, We received an alert on Teltram 1 and something. Why does he text us?
Just commit.
Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna say something. Ignore what it is. It's just a quote I'm trying to use to get his voice. Snowman bites me.
The quote of the world.
Snow-
Me.
Snowbot. See there on Telegram 1, and something ain't right down at the old Energon processing facility. The sensor array has gone offline, and we all know that ain't any kind of good business. The way this is written. We need someone to rock on down and see if it can't be repaired, and Ratchet and Wheeljack are still out of commission in Mexico.
Ratchet and Wheeljack are fighting New Mexico gangs.
It just says that they're out of commission in Mexico.
Heisenberg got him. Jesus.
Mexico, not New Mexico.
I don't fucking know.
One's a state, one's a country.
Same bitch, different Mexico.
Prime kind of looks up at you and just goes, You have your first mission. Go and investigate the processing facility. Why am I doing this hand motion? Go and investigate the processing facility under Jazz's command and find out what's wrong. Be wary. Our enemies are many and we are few. Roll out.
Your woes be many, and your bitches few. I give Prowl a look that seems to say, like as soon as Prime mentions your particular set of skills, I give Prowl a look that's like, yeah, I got a set of skills, bitch. What are you gonna do about it?
Entropy turns towards LCDC, kind of tilts his head, and then signs what skills.
You're gonna wave your hand down while I'm still glaring at Prowl.
Prowl, as you make your way out of the room, Prowl kind of looks at you all, just kind of looks up at Prime and shakes his head.
I could kick your ass.
So you can leave now. I'm gonna say right now, you can leave now. You are also free if you want to try and. You have your standard equipment. You can leave now. You can also try and requisition any weapons or get stuff integrated before you leave.
Why do you have to shoot me back so far? I'm betrayed.
I don't think the weapons people like me. Not after the incident.
I mean, you're currently doing better than Entropy is because the person who's in charge of requisition
Yeah,
is
you can
Cup.
just try and rob it. Good luck.
And
I
he's
don't-
just a little buddy.
Yeah, I don't think Cup actually cares that much. Cup is the
I think
grandpa.
Cup's used to this.
Cup is absolutely
And
used to
knows
this.
that, like, it could be very easily got back with, like, a really nice marble.
Still think about that whenever Swoop gets punched out of the air.
How's Swoop good part?
So I don't know where, like, the armor stuff is. Like, do we get, like, the standard armor things? I don't know what our AC is.
No, so you don't start with any armor.
That's great for my real
Yeah,
point.
look at you.
I want to try
Just like
requisitioning a short blade. I think that's the only one I can get right now.
Yeah. I will say you have 6. You can carry 6 hands worth of items. The standard equipment counts
Jesus Christ.
counts up to
Keep on falling.
6. It's a weird way of handling it. I think it's just meant to be like storage on your body somewhere. But the standard equipment is up to that max. So if you wanted to get something, you'd have to swap it out with the standard version. Like if you wanted to get a short blade, you'd have to So
I think I'm good with what I got.
I want to try getting the short blade just because
Sure.
I want him to eventually get katanas.
Mission.
Yeah, so
What did they say specifically was going on at the Energon plant? Was it like being attacked or what did?
How do I help you?
So, what the energon plant is? It's gone offline.
Oh.
And you need to know why. Sarah, now you have 3 requisitions attempts per PC. So that's going to be 3 times 4 is 12.
Yes.
So how do I go about requisitioning?
So you'd have to go talk to Cup, and you'd have to make a skill test related to the use of that equipment. So let me find the short blade, and then I can see what it uses, and I'll tell you what the skill test
I have
is.
2 questions.
Yes.
Where is the Energon like process? Would we know like where it is like geographically? Is it like by a mountain,
Yeah,
by a lake?
it's down that road that I mentioned. It's in the mountains still.
Okay, so
Oh.
is there any water by it?
No, there's no water by the processing plant.
Ah, okay. Then never mind my second question. I was gonna go steal some sodium for brainstorm. This is like LCDC will remember that, but it's just for things that explode. I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
I'm gonna
So
say
stuff listed right here we have to get from the
it's
requisition.
which is higher, your finesse or your
No, you already
My
manner?
finesse.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that'd be finesse skill check for you, and let me just try and find out what the what thing you need to
Yeah.
beat is.
I have a D4 for you.
Okay.
Not a fan of
So-
thing.
You all make your way down into the armory. You see Cup is still there talking to Dinobots. On the other hand, on the other side of the room is Ironhide, who is working on doing some repairs to some of the blades and stuff.
Entropy's going to. Where's Cup exactly? I'm sorry.
Cup is on the left side of the room as you walk in, sitting in this chair. He's got like a bench with like, it's covered in like guns and stuff, and you also see behind him is like, almost like a sort of dry cleaning rack, but instead of like shirts and stuff, it's like these little sort of hanging holsters for like every weapon on the planet is behind him.
Do I know if Cup knows any hand?
We're gonna find out.
Well, I don't think
I'll say, yeah, he's lived a life where he probably knows quite a
lived
few.
a life.
Yeah,
He's old.
yeah, no, he's old, and he's been a wrecker, so I imagine he knows, like, a little bit of...
All the wreckers are, like, partially deaf anyway.
Yeah.
So Entropy is going to go up to Cup. He's gonna make sure he goes like kind of around the side, so like he comes in towards the side where he's still like easily seen by Cup. He's not gonna like try to come in behind him.
Yeah.
He's gonna tap Cup on the shoulder, and then point towards his hands.
So Cup is kind of still in the middle of the story, kind of going, so you're trapped in the valley, surrounded by the constructed Cup. Oh, hello there, lad. And he kind of, like, as he sees you gesture with your hands, he reaches out and kind of does the like, sort of connection with you and just goes, overhand, kind of goes, do you want to hold hands?
You just look me in the eyes as I fade from light.
Well, it's just the fact that you were doing this and I was doing this, I'm like, he might as well just... He goes, how can I help you?
Pull yourself together, lad. Come on.
So Entropy's gonna sign to him. Sorry about trying to grab the knife early. So, can you get a short blade?
Cup just kind of thinks about it. Do you want to make your roll now as he's thinking about it? What'd you roll?
7 total.
And he thinks about it and just goes, not for your first real mission out, I'm afraid.
You see
You
his...
do it, that is your first attempt. You can make another attempt if you want to.
How do you do puppy dog eyes when you only got one eyeball?
Entropy's neck's gonna kind of dip down, and then he's gonna look up, and he's just gonna look like kind of really deflated and sad.
If you want to roll again, I will say
He
also
looks like a pile of knives.
you have 12 attempts total. It's 3 per person.
Like,
You can also, if none of you want to get something, you can give your attempts to Entropy.
Oh, I'll give the attempt.
Yeah.
do you want the attempt at or can you try and make the attempt for them? Like if I just ask for the short blade, get it just.
I mean, there's no rules that say that you can't try and ask for it. What did you get?
12.
He kind of goes, oh, fine, and he goes and gets it.
Entropy like immediately perks up, and you see him like clapping like this.
Clap
Yeah,
some
he
right
walks
hands
back.
together.
He presses, Cup
presses.
presses a button on the wall. You hear like him muttering in Dinobots. Grimlock kind of looks up at you and kind of huffs a bit that you interrupted the story.
Can Entropy reach out and like pat Cup's head?
Cups.
Grimlock's head.
Grimlock.
It's a bit patronizing, but just to do a favor.
I'm not kidding. Reach the top of
You reach out and pet the top of Grimlock's head, and he looks a little bit
Reach
less
out,
annoyed.
touch
He kind of shuffles his feet a bit. You see, Snarl comes up behind you and like kind of hits you with his kind of like horns in the back, and then you turn around and you realize that he's also asking for pets.
Entropy also starts petting it.
Yeah, they look very happy. Cup presses like a button on the wall, and you see that like kind of dry cleaner thing spin around really fast, and then suddenly it stops, and he pulls out the short blade and goes over and hands it to you, and that I think is gonna a bit of American Sign Language that I know.
If someone's doing hand with someone else, can you tell what they're saying? If you're like watching or something?
Hand?
No,
Okay.
because it's hand is made up of, but it's the
Like, really
interconnection of
minute.
the electrical signals between.
Play him like
Unless
a piano.
probably unless you are sound wave.
Oh no! I fell off.
What?
Just go like.
Yeah. So now, if Entry was doing Cybertronian Sign Language, and you knew Cybertronian Sign Language, then you would be able to tell. Yeah, you get the blade. I think that's probably gonna swap out for your close combat blade.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll remember that.
Let me just make sure that's good.
And then, does anybody else want to do any kind of integration, requisition while we're here?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good too.
Okay, so Rusty, I think, is probably just going to stick with the stuff that Kayla gave her. So Rusty kind of nods. It's incredibly funny that you have all you fairly average, maybe a little bit shorter bots, and then the biggest bot known to man behind you. So you make your way out of
I'm
the
in
base.
the corner practicing backflips.
Yeah. So you guys make. You
Can
make,
Entropy try to like get like a running start and then like scurry up Rusty's back to sit on her shoulder?
absolutely. I feel like also if you just tap Rusty on like the leg and asked, Rusty would allow that. But Rusty
It's
kind of
funny. It's funny.
Rusty kind of swings forward and just goes, "Whoop," and sees you and just goes, "Mobile siege platform. I like you." I've decided that I'm giving her the personality of Iron Bull. But yeah, you make your way out to the road that's in front of the base, and you guys head off. So,
Woo.
anything you guys want to happen while driving? Yeah.
I
And
mean,
actually,
I do another front
this
flip to
does
get
raise
into
a
my
question
alt mode.
of driving of Gangplank. How are we gonna get you there, buddy?
Oh boy.
You turn into a boat, and LCDC just stops you. Hang on a minute.
There is a possibility that you could be hitched to the back of Rusty if you wanted.
Can I try and pull him?
If you want to make a skill check for it, I am absolutely chill.
Pull this off.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a.
Do the
That's
Akira
gonna
slide
be
right
a.
I'm gonna step on the gas.
That's gonna be a brawn check, and that's gonna be.
Oh no, is that strength? Whoopsie.
Yeah, that is strength.
I was like, I can't believe it's my first mission, and then
My first mission, I ripped my legs off.
Yeah, so you want to make that skill check?
Oh, I have nothing on that.
So you're gonna make that at disadvantage.
Oh, good.
The floor is still wet. Ah.
14.
10. Do you need a dice tray?
You transform, you hitch up the trailer that they have specifically for carting Gangplank around, you throw over the sort of human, like, kind of tarp that they used to cover their cars over it so nobody can see what he is, and you go to pull out, and your wheels spin, and nothing happens. You do not move forward a single inch. You are
for effort, mate.
you were just
No, I got this!
yeah.
Don't strain yourself.
Yeah. And yeah. At this point, Rusty kind of walks up to you, still with Entropy swinging from her shoulders, and just kind of taps you, as I imagine you kind of transform back to kind of take a break. Kind of just taps you a little bit and just goes, "My turn."
I loosened it for you. I almost had it.
Like a
Yeah. Rusty picks up Entropy and like puts him kind of gently back down on the ground, transforms into the biggest tractor literally known to man. That's what Rusty's all known as, the giant tractor. Kind of backs up. You beep beep. This vehicle is reversing. This vehicle is reversing. Hitches onto it and goes. You're not moving fast. You are moving now, so you make your way out onto the road.
Entropy, like, pulls up. I don't know what you describe, like, using it. Hits, like, hollow form since the front half of him is a motorcycle, and it would look very weird if it was just the motorcycle going, and he has, in fact, been sculpted for this. And so it's, like, a 6-foot-ish, sort of man. Mostly looks like a normal human guy with like long hair and like this very librarian-esque cardigan and like a flowy skirt. But his proportions are just a bit too off and a bit too noodly to be natural. And he's driving the front of this motorcycle. The front half's a motorcycle, the back half is a hearse.
If anyone looks in LCDC, they would be convinced that Primus is driving a car. Yeah, so I'm just drifting my way to the energon processing facility.
You don't need a hollow form when you're under a tarp.
Damn. But how would you have fun?
True.
How do you buy human objects like a DDR cabinet?
Or steal human objects like a fish.
How do you steal human objects like a DDR cabinet?
Or steal human pets. Some point.
What are you,
Coyote pokes its head up from under the tarp. The boat drifts, Coyote goes, woo!
Is there another Boston cream in there? I've never had one.
Do you want to
before.
play one or eat it? The Boston cream? Yeah, there's two there.
I'm interested in what it tastes like.
Enjoy your cream. Anyway, there's some pink ones left. There's a jam one. There's a chocolate frosted.
The sprinkles.
There's also one of the, oh no, that's not here.
I have one.
You're a freak of nature.
You had a whole donut in you? What the fuck is wrong with you? My god. Get this man in a hot dog eating competition, stat!
I just watched you go like, ah. I just grabbed
Fucking Homer Simpson himself.
a little freak.
Ronnie, you're sitting next to a freak.
That's not any different than usual.
You live in this house. Oh, what? Are there some regrets about stuffing a whole donut in your mouth?
Only that it was witness.
Oh, it's in my nose! Ow! Oh, I tried to keep from doing what I did to Juno with the bomb blast. Oh, tragedy! Tragedy! Yeah. What does Mountain Dew now? Not even Mountain Dew. There's fake Mountain Dew in my nose.
Sorry, I have
Good
to do
lord.
that.
There's napkins in this drawer if you
No,
want
no, I'm fine. Which drawer?
Third down.
Can you get me one?
No.
Thank you.
Alright, you have to hit cream.
Keep going. You're in.
It's in there somewhere.
Imagine you get the first creamless Boston.
A creamless box.
They're creaming Boston. My God.
No.
Maybe Boston, about the
There hasn't been this big of a tragedy since the molasses flood of 1812.
I was gonna say there hasn't been this big of a tragedy since they robbed the Gardner Museum.
The Stuart Gardner Museum.
But yeah, you make your way. It's beautiful landscapes for those of you who can see.
And Blake is covered with a tarp.
I imagine if you want to, Rusty would let you put your holoform in her cab.
Alright, yeah.
So you're sitting.
What's your holophone?
It looks like Kano from the Mortal Kombat movie. But
Which one?
the most recent.
Bad one? The 2021 one?
Yes.
We're gonna make you watch the other one.
I thought we already watched the other one with you.
No.
Yeah.
Did we watch the live action one with you?
Yeah.
The 1990.
Yeah,
Yeah, we still watch Armageddon.
Your soul is mine.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry, I cannot remember.
We need to watch it. We should watch Armageddon with you because that movie sucks.
You know how much it sucks? It's called Annihilation, actually. Now that you remember. Armageddon's the movie with the meteors.
It's the same thing.
Oh, you're a texture.
The most recent Kano with an eye patch instead of
Oh, with the laser eye.
yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm sure instead, like, he doesn't have an eye patch, he just is flat out missing an eye.
No.
So if anybody pays close enough attention to driving by, they get very concerned about this man making left turns.
Yeah.
You
You
got
sit up, you
disabled
look over.
parking badge.
Rusty's holoform, I imagine, is just an incredibly
His hair.
large, like cowgirl, like very classic. You know, she's got like the kind of classic, like sort of like stereotypically like rancher outfit, but just an incredibly large, ripped cowgirl.
She's built, I do have actually references for her.
Good.
So she's pretty tall. She's kind of got a similar physical build to Rhea Ripley, but a little bit more woman fights bear in the forest. She has a kind of broader nose, and I believe like more like kind of like strawberry blondish hair, and a smattering of freckles. And she just generally looks like the best lesbian you could ever meet.
And she is currently blasting Chaperone from
Yes,
the radio
she
of the tractor.
I realize you're doing the detailed one. So, LCBC's holoform has like long, it kind of looks like teal hair, but the more you look at it, it's kind of like iridescent dyed, so it's mostly like light teal, but it's like a bunch of like different colors, like if you made hair out of fiber optic cables, or whatever they're called, and a very like sort of a mix of like cyberpunk and like 2000s like cyber like scene, just like loud colors and tech shit everywhere. There's like mech shoes that you can get that have the little mecha wings on them. I have to find them. They're these insane fucking
Here's
suits.
my boy uniform.
Very nice. I was imagining all these characters standing next to each other.
Oh no, they're incredible.
We have a lesbian Kano, a
Michael
Michael
Distortion.
Distortion, and a
Then
Vocaloid.
he became a lesbian librarian, really.
Where's the fucking picture?
Michael
It's
Distortion, but he stole John the Archivist's clothes.
He stole the jerk.
They're like bees, but they're white. Yeah, just like fucking mech sheet, and a shirt that says in kind of wavy font, "I can't read captchas."
So you make your way, beautiful scenic road, make your way downtown, and eventually you pull up to. You see this large mountain, same sort of desert landscape, but you also see that there's like a couple of like pillar-looking things at the top that are the energon sensor. However, around this is a ginormous purple crackling force field. Do we have an analyst on the squad?
Oh no!
Would you like to make me an alertness check?
Oh no!
Well, the situation
This doesn't
is
feel
escalated.
good. This feels like a make me a perception check. Alertness. I don't have anything.
Basically.
No, I don't specialize in that. Do I get?
Do you have anything like points wise in it?
No.
Okay, so you're just gonna roll out a straight disadvantage.
That's a 20.
And then
Oh, it's cocked. 18.
18. So you start looking around, looking for clues. If you want to make me a technology check, I'm going to give you, because you passed that one.
Oh, I have something in technology.
Yeah, I can give you an upshift, so you get to make your skill. Oh, you haven't been adding your fucking skill dice.
What skill dice?
Oh, you don't. No, never mind.
No. Yeah.
You don't have any. I
So
forgot
if
that.
you give me an
You
upshift
have
for
no
technology,
skills.
would I add a D4 instead of a D2?
Skill, that's
Yes,
what I
you
said.
get to add a higher one. Yeah, sorry. That was me forgetting.
11. Which one of these is D4? It's been so long. Oh, 4.
Okay.
11 plus 15.
15? Yeah. So you realize immediately that this force field is Cybertronian in nature, and specifically, you can tell based on your work as an analyst and your kind of like run in, run out kind of style of battlefield thing, that this is Decepticon technology.
We didn't put that
There
in.
doesn't look like there's any way to go through the force field to disable it. Or there's no way to pass without modifying it, but you can't see any way in to get it. To get to it, rather.
Or is it just around pillars or is it around the whole facility?
It's basically around the entire facility.
Can I walk up? I'm going to transform out of my Alma speed so I can have hands. Can I poke it, see if it like does? Is it like electric? Is it just solid?
I'm not gonna make you make a skill check for this. You immediately feel a large, painful electric shock. So yeah, there's no way for you can tell right now if you went into it. It would, at the very least, knock you out.
I turn to the others and go, "We didn't put this here. I don't think it was there before."
LCDC just kind of tilts its head, like, no shit.
LCDC.
LCD's entropy.
LCDC return till
Some boy across.
electric shock so bad you swap bodies. Is there? You said there's like mountains here. Could you like if we were to climb up like certain part of the mountain, we'd be able to like get above it? Does it like clip into the mountain? Does it?
Make me another technology check.
I don't know. 16.
And you can make this with the upshift as well. So
3. 16 plus 3, 19.
Right. This kind of force field you've seen before, this cannot pass through stone. So if you can take a detour through the mountain, you can possibly essentially go underneath it.
Can go over it, and go out to the
Turn back to the others again. Anybody get a drill? Any drills? Anyone turn into a drill?
Would anyone...
I haven't met you before, I don't think. Do you? Are you a boat drill, perhaps?
Nope, sorry, no drill components.
Oh,
I
jeez.
should get one.
Does,
We
any,
shoot the rock.
does anyone want to make an alertness check?
Not really.
Does perception go to that?
No,
Perception or investigation?
Alertness is its own separate thing.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, I have okay, so I have a I'd like to
Oh.
go for it.
Can I
You can all make alertness checks if you want.
at disadvantage?
That's
15?
That's a 4. I ain't
What
seen
is it,
shit.
D?
Yeah,
Two.
you don't notice anything. What do you get?
15.
15. Yeah, you notice off to the side, kind of not quite near the facility, there is a road that goes up that possibly gives better access to the facility.
Athena!
There's another.
Do not
path.
puke on that carpet!
I know.
LCDC is looking in the exact opposite direction.
Yeah, you just are looking out at a very pretty mountain
that
view.
later.
I'm looking at the
Yeah,
desert,
like-
like trying to wheel a drill and doing this.
Oh, what's it called? Entropy taps LCDC on the head and points towards the road.
Gangplank, what did you roll?
Oh, no, not 7.
Yeah, so.
Gangplank's just throwing rocks at the force field.
Yeah, you start throwing rocks and you notice that
LCDC.
entropy like it
Walks
taps LCDC.
LCDC walks up next to Gangplank. Is like, if you throw me as hard as possible, do you
We've
think I
already
can do it?"
pointed out the road.
And then Entropy turns LCDC and they're like, never mind.
Well, we should have a plan B now.
Plan B, fastball special.
That's so special. Yeah, so are you guys gonna follow up the road?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna drive. I'm just walking.
You can walk up the road. Let me find something to send to
Do you wanna- Background music? I don't know what happened to it.
Oh yeah.
Why are you
I think I paused it.
The British.
Come on, give me
That's
The
a
British
little.
screensaver. I don't remember when we added that on.
Come
there.
on.
It's been there since you guys moved in the last time.
Mr. DeVito.
There we go.
Why do they have hands for feet?
They have hands for everything. Hands on hands on hands.
Yeah, there's a pun here for this.
I
What?
did it came to it.
So in
They really got
if you
nothing.
all would like to go to resources,
Where's resources?
in the Discord.
Oh, in the. Oh.
You come up,
Oh no.
if everyone can see it. Oh, this is also the point where I would like to remind you. Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. First of all, you have something called story points. You guys have 4 of them. I have 4. There's a section in the handbook about them.
4 each or 4 altogether?
4 altogether.
Okay.
And basically that lets you, if you want to reroll a 1, if you want to do, let me find the bit about them. Just to remind you guys what you have. Yeah, story points.
Something's going to intro to a very sad episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
You- You can reroll a 1. You can roll as if you're specialized for a skill test. You can add 5 to a defense before dice are rolled, or a 1 after dice are rolled. Get a temporary access to a minor piece of equipment or tool that will be useful in the scene. Get a clue if you're stumped, and then there's special rolls for like different things that require them. And you also have your energon points, which is equal to your lowest stat. And then energon points, that's an individual thing that you guys have. And that lets you gain an upshift on a skill test, ignore a snag, function normally when you're reduced to 0 health for 1d2 rounds. And then there's a couple other things that can regenerate energon in a person near you. Obviously, you have access to those if you want to use any of those. So you guys show up at you pull into where am I?
Where are we on this?
You are in A.
Okay.
You find yourself in a small parking lot and unloading area of this Energon production facility, and you can see that since this facility was abandoned, there's been an avalanche. Rubble is covering a large part of the parking lot, and you can see that the main garage doors of the facility have been damaged and kind of blocked off. And nearby there are 2 sets of conveyor tracks with empty Energon cubes sitting on them. And that's in Area B is where the cubes are.
How big is an Energon cube?
Make me a technology skill test.
What, to use my eyes?
Geometry, bitch. Do this.
Technology. Am I still on the upshift on that, or do I just get my regular one?
The diameter.
It's your regular one.
Alright, so then, hence is 1 kills, 2, let's say. Well, that's your dice, not mine. Let's see, 14.
Hold on. Can you not loop on this? Oh, you can't, bastard.
What? That's dumb.
Okay. Anyway, you got a 14?
14,
So you see that the garage door is damaged, the curtain's down, and while you can tell that it wouldn't be possible to open them in their damaged state, if you really wanted to sort of like test your bra and rip them open, it would be very difficult. The conveyor belts lead inside the facility, but they're too small to accommodate the average Autobot. Is there a common-sized character among us?
I think
How tall are you?
I'm 8 foot.
You're 8 foot. Let me see.
I'm bitty.
Let me try and find
This
the
is the greatest
size.
thing since I discovered I accidentally gave myself the skill to get advantage every time I insult somebody.
Hmm.
You've got the
Where's
Spider-Man.
I have a taunt.
Aren't we all? Most of us common size?
What size am I?
There's nowhere in like the character sheet it says.
I mean, my
Hold on, let me
my
find
champion mode is
this.
In character art, the
Oh, I have
height
it, yeah.
chart from the book is in there.
Yeah, I have it pinned, so. Yeah. Common is 4 to 8 feet tall.
Oh yeah, no, we just have.
Yeah. So, if a certain LCDC wanted to go in, hi, Athena, wanted to go in, you could probably crawl in using that conveyor belt.
That still doesn't answer my question that I actually asked, which is just how big is an energon cube?
It's like the drink glass that you have. It's
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was big and I could like crawl inside one.
Oh.
He's pointing. Just get
Oh.
in the shaft.
Get it all, loser. I guess, yeah. Do you guys want to keep trying the doors while I crawl in, and maybe I can open them from the other side?
Sounds like fun.
Rusty nods and goes to open up the door. I think Rusty is probably the strongest
Alright,
of all
time to
of
RV
you.
crawl my way in.
Okay, so you, so I think I'm gonna split off. I'm gonna describe what you see only, LCDC.
Give me just like 1 second to make a note.
Yeah. And then we'll come back to the other characters.
Maybe. Are you sure you want to go that way?
Please give me.
I think my legs are blocking the view.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. So you get in, and actually, before you get in, can you make me a driving skill test?
I'm not driving, I'm walking. Or army crawling, but
I'm
yeah.
walking here.
Yeah.
No, never mind. That was for if you don't have a common sense. Never mind. So you make your way inside as you're crawling in. You
It's like a
see
little creepy.
you see soft blue tinted emergency backup lighting around all of these like conveyors that stretch through this facility. At the far end, you can see that they're caved in, and there's a transparent barrier above where you are, and the only way forward seems to be at a code locked door to the left, which is, let me find. You are, hold on, I have a map for you. Oh dear Jesus, hold on. So many tabs open. There we go.
I think I started doing 2 screens while I'm DMing.
Yeah. You end up, you're going through B and you're next to C. C is where that code lock door is.
Okay, hang on, just give me like 5 seconds to grab my name. Where am I?
You are in, you're next to area C. You're on B, which is where that,
On the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Ah.
C is where that door leads into.
Alright, I see.
You see?
It's the conveyor belt's not moving, so I can just hop off and sort of look at the door.
Yeah. I mean, the door's locked, so you'd have to try and break in.
Alright, is there... Let's see.
You can either try and sort of force it open, or you can try to use infiltration to break the code.
Is forcing it open like strength?
Yes, that would be wrong.
Okay, then I'll use infiltration then to try and sort of tech my way through it.
Okay, so go ahead and make me that infiltration check.
None of these spots in the iron. 12.
It was 12, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Actually, you hear like kind of like crackling and buzzing noises as you use your kind of sort of analyst abilities to kind of move around some wires and basically break the door open. It opens and you walk into a room where you're surrounded by offline flat panel screens and computer terminals. This is clearly the security center of this facility. And at the far end, a doorway opens up into the service tunnel, which is Area D. That is the road that connects to that door that's blocked.
Okay. Is there anything that sort of, like, seems noteworthy in the room?
Make me an alertness check.
Ah. 13.
There's a bright panel on the wall that reads garage doors and an open and close button.
I hit the open button.
You hear some whirring and like from within that thing, and then nothing happens. Make me may you look around some more?
I do look around somewhere and see if there's like a cable or something, like a terminal it's connected
Make
to.
a technology check.
15?
You see one of the terminals it's not quite as offline as you thought it was. It's got that kind of like black when it's like glowing within, where it's like still on. And you can see it's operational, but there seems to be some, you see like the sort of computer side of it has been like opened up, and it looks like it needs a little bit of repair.
Can I repair it?
That, I'm going to say, is also another technology
check.
skill check.
Oh no!
What was it?
It's a 5!
You
Shocked
get,
myself again.
you get another small electric shock to your finger from one of the wires as you hook it up incorrectly.
Oh no, I'm not smart. In that case, I'm going to walk through the room, sort of back out onto the road to see if the door is sort of moved at all.
You're going through the door that leads into the service tunnel or onto the conveyor belt?
The door leads into the service tunnel, the one that's behind the garage door.
I think this is a good time to go back outside with Rusty and the rest. So Rusty is going to try and pull the doors open.
Bye, friends, I'm dead. LCDC's dead corpse. Fire.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me find
what did they do to
Rusty's
her?
character sheet that I made. What is your
The
thing?
room disappears upon seeing the pace 12 times speed.
Damage over 2, that's wrong. Oh, that's not good. Hold on.
And he's sleeping out of it. There's a specific spot on his ass when you do it, he like fights the air.
Okay,
He goes like...
so because this is such a hard test to do, Rusty has auto-failed, and the doors do not move. So she pulls, but yeah, all she does is just kind of shift a little bit of rock and kind of, you can see that she's kind of pulled the door almost out of the kind of, not crevice, but there's kind of like a ridge that it's like set into that has kind of been like now tilted to the side, but it hasn't done much of anything.
The force field thing, does that connect over top?
It doesn't connect. This door is not connected by the force field. The force field is sort of on top of the mountain, around the peak, where there's some like pillars and stuff, and some like. This is where the sort of the satellite dish that connects to the rest of the network. That was what Jazz and Prowl would have been looking at. Is
Can I climb over the side?
of the force field or the mountain?
The door!
Oh, the door. No, the door is set into the mountain. It's.
Okay, so it's internal.
We're approaching like an outdoor.
inside.
So you're at no. So you see where you're at. You're in like a parking lot area, but the
I'm looking over top this thing. This doesn't tell me.
no. Okay, so what that
I can see its
map doesn't show is that there is a mountain in the way of.
This map does not
Yeah.
show.
It's meant to be just like a
No,
cut through.
the wall where the thing is not like
Yeah.
a wall. It's in the mountain.
Yeah,
So
think
all
of
the
this
stuff-
like
I
a-
went into a conveyor belt into it.
Yeah, this is like a dollhouse view of it. There's like a side of a mountain. The only way in seems to be that B.
He's playing the music part.
Let's go. Let's see. We could either wait for LCDC
No,
to try to figure out.
LCDC's dead.
Yeah.
LCDC's not dead.
Could we
Yeah.
try to figure out how to, I don't know, Gangplank's the next smallest. Could we grease Gangplank? Try to
Alright,
send
we're
down
gonna
the
drop the
back.
butter.
Grease plank.
Grease me, boy. Come on. Gonna go some ship oil or something.
Let me see what
What is
your
there for us
what
to do?
what
What do
is
you
your
stretch
alt
out? We make you
mode.
really, really thin.
Let me see what your alt mode like size class is.
Let's see, long. Yeah, long.
Oh, if you're long, you could. See, here now comes the problem of the fact that you're a fucking submarine, because you could squeeze through in your alt mode. You just have to find a way to get a
My
submarine.
almost common, if that helps.
If you wanted to drive your alt mode down, I would say you
Mine
could do it.
won't.
Yours, I would just have the problem of trying to get a submarine to move on land.
Yeah, the conveyor belt's not moving, so you just go under it.
In the background of this, Rusty kicks the door. It doesn't do anything. It just makes her feel better.
After waiting a few minutes, Entropy gets impatient and decides to try to drive down the tunnel very slowly. So he's gonna like scratch himself up.
If you want to make me a driving skill check, what are you saying,
I
Gabriel?
was thinking, like, if I maybe get a running start, and then
And turn into your omelet in the air and use the momentum to slide.
I'm gonna say right now, there's a turn.
okay, yeah.
There's a turn.
You fire straight into a wall.
Yeah, you get through like part of it, and then you have to like awkwardly shuffle down.
It's like a Looney Tunes, you just crumple up.
Like a can.
13.
13. You managed to squeeze your way through. Your hollow form is probably glitching through the ceiling at certain places, but you make your
I
way
don't
through.
think he's keeping up his hollow form
Yeah,
at this
at
point.
this point, like just the motorcycle, you make your way, and you are also outside of C, that I sent in resources.
Is the door still open for it?
To the security office, yeah, the door that LCDC broke is still open.
So he's going to poke his head in and like look around
Little bunny has disappeared.
to see, like, does he spot?
You spot. I'm gonna say you probably spot the same right panel on the wall with the button that says the garage doors. If you want to also make a technology check for me.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I don't have any like advantage and stuff. So do I have to?
You'd roll that at disadvantage if you don't have any
Okay.
skills.
That's a 16. That's a 12.
What am I hearing beeping noises?
I'm constantly convinced I'm hearing
What?
Discord notifications.
I heard it too.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Might be my phone somewhere. I'm not
It
sure.
could have been my laptop,
Whose
which
phone
was
is this
not
behind
muted.
me?
It's mine, I think.
It's not mine.
I don't know how that got over there. I haven't like stepped over there
Okay.
at all.
That would explain why it was right next to my head when it happened.
Austin is gaslighting you.
So yeah, you basically just spot that button that LCDC pressed and nothing else.
You activate the background.
Yeah. Once
So you found the
again,
boombox, not the button.
once again, nothing happens.
Does he see it? LCD, is he here?
I imagine there is a window out onto that road, so you do see the LCDC looking around. You're fine. Nothing's happened. Yeah.
Okay, so the LCDs get outside?
Yeah, LCD's is just outside looking around.
I'm on the road, so there's sort of a door that connects onto the road that's on the other side of the thing inside the mountain.
Oh, so D wasn't blocked off. It's still leading back to A.
No,
I
but
see.
the doors are shut and they can't open. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Because
bottom
I thought
part
there
of
was also a door separating C and D.
There is it's a door, but it's a normal door, which is open.
with hands.
Yeah, he creeps outside and looks around, and then like spots LCDC, and he's like, "What's the holdup?"
Door's busted. Tried to fix it. Didn't work. I just kind of kicked the door a little bit.
It's just a
Don't look at me.
I don't.
Alright, walking lockpick. See if you can get it open.
Is there a lockpick portion of it I can try?
Put your
There's no
spindly
lockpick.
little
You
fingers
have-
in the gap.
You have energon and story points if you want to spend them.
Primus says his finest.
Primus.
This point is to kick a door.
I was like, yeah, an energon point, I guess, to specialize in technology. Would that be it? So we can get this going.
Yeah, that would just give you a D2, but it would mean you wouldn't be rolling a disadvantage anymore.
All right, sure.
You spend one
Does
of
that
your.
last for the rest of the thing, or?
Or just this roll.
Let me check. I know. I think it's just a roll one roll as specialized.
Do I want?
Let me. There is. Hold on.
I think maybe you
there
should,
are.
since you have like. Do you have tech specialties?
I mean, I already tried
Hold
it.
on.
But I fucked up the roll to like fix it. Is
Yeah.
there anything like near the?
Hold on. There's there are rules for lending assistance if you want to. So if you want to lend assistance to LCDC, you could give them either an edge or an upshift.
Sure.
What? Try and fix it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So
So I already get a.
He
I'm
turns
gonna-
up
I'm
the
gonna say
brightness
I'm gonna-
on his little like optic really bright, like he's holding a flashlight for Dad in the garage.
I'm gonna give you.
Is it an edge or an upshift?
I'll give you an edge for this.
Edge, so that's advantage.
Yeah.
Well, saying one of that was a 1. But it was a 15?
15. You know what? You managed to get the computer working again. And you see, as it sort of beeps up to life, goes beep, 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 you see that there are several heat seeker drones that are not currently activated, but are set to be activated if anyone were to open the garage doors right now. So if Rusty had gotten the doors open, they would have all commercial
I
out.
immediately sprint out and run to the door and yell loud as possible, "Don't open the door! Don't open the door! Don't open the door!"
Yeah, you get back there, and Entropy, as you're left behind, you do notice that there is just a button to disable them.
He presses the button and then tries his best to like kind of beep, but like a shush sound. It's like.
As you disable the security measures, you also notice within there is there's a couple of things to sort of automate the doors themselves, and you notice that there's sort of now a glowing line between this computer and the button that didn't work before. Yeah.
LCDC is still yelling through the door to the others.
So Gangplank, how do you react?
Like, are you dying? What's happening?
There are drones! If you open the door, we all die! The door starts opening because I didn't press.
So beginning to back up
Is that
very
the last thing
quickly.
you said?
There's now a glowing line between this computer and the button on the wall that said open. Yeah, you open, the door's open, and there's...
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, there's a beat of silence, and nothing happens. You successfully beat the security measures.
What the fuck did you do in there?
He just shakes his head at you.
So you can now all walk through
Well, there were
D,
drones.
up to hold on.
This reminds me of the background music for the Wii Barbie game, Dog Salon one.
That is so
A unique
incredibly
experience.
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah, you can all now walk up to D.
Alright.
Okay, we walk up to D.
We are bad with technology.
Now that
Hey,
we're
I was kind of good.
now that we're like doing more, like we're kind of like approaching and sneaking into this facility, and Tree's gonna drop down and like kind of like sort of scuttle along like a spider.
You are a fucking freak, ain't you?
His head swivels around very quickly, like.
Rusty is
As you swivel, the wings go up and just get a flashback.
You-
You're just like, what?
you see Rusty is like kind of like awkwardly walking in and is like hunched over to like half her height to stand up in here. It's just very it's like especially because the ceiling would normally be tall enough to accommodate her, but because it's like been sort of like knocked down by the sort of landslide, there's like chunks of the ceiling
metal
that are like
scraping
sunk in.
noise the entire
Yeah.
way.
So you make your way up through D. I'm gonna send another photo because I cut this map up into bits.
I like that we have the fog of war.
But you see, if you load, yeah. So that's D that kind of loops all the way around to up where E is, and you can see up where E is as you sort of walk your way through this road. You see, obviously E has been walked off. You see F, which
It has
is
been blocked off by like people or by rebel.
by the rebel.
Okay.
The service tunnel that goes up all the way to the top is caved in. It's taken a lot of damage. You see F next to you, which you probably LCDC and Entropy recognize as the room and transparent barrier that you passed underneath when you were going to sea. You make your way into there. It's unlocked. It's just another monitoring room. This one's specifically designed to monitor not security, but like the quality of the energon that was produced here, so you could see. In its heyday, you would have seen the sort of movement of the conveyor belt around. And you also find G, which connects over to that through like a door in a hallway, which just has a bunch of energon cubes that are all empty. But as you make your way into there, you also notice at the far end of the storage room,
In G.
in the far end of G, you're gonna find something which is labeled H, which is
I sense another Discord notification.
yes. Did I not cut this? Fuck! I forgot to cut H out. Back. Hold on.
Well, you're not custom matching the colors to make sure to hide all the traps.
You dickhead.
Okay. Hold on.
Curse of Strahd map that was redacted so you couldn't see what was fucking going on.
I couldn't find any like versions to give them.
Just make several part maps and you can fucking Google drawings. with
You
the
see
objects.
this.
Well, you need to be able to see the things to cross over.
You
and
see
then
a
hopefully
purple
you'll
light glowing from within a room, which also has more storage
So
containers.
is this below G?
This is if you're in G and you're facing that wall that has like all the different doors that goes into that separate storage facility.
In G facing down.
Yeah, facing down. It's not like down vertically, but
Yeah,
yeah.
down on the picture.
You see a strange crystal in a cylinder that is glowing and emanating this purple energy. And there's kind of a very harsh. I'm gonna change background music. To
Goldfish.
I don't know. For fuck's sake. It's emanating this kind of like harsh sound as well that kind of just goes.
It's the coyote.
No, it's this like harsh kind of grating noise. I know
I
that.
get a bad vibe from this room. I don't know why. There's the ultra kill music.
Yeah, you see
LCDC
it.
turns the radio off.
I'm gonna say if you any of you want to make me a technology skill check?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
I don't trust your ass anymore.
1
Who
plus 1
here
is
has
2.
betrayed me?
You have no idea what this is.
I rolled a natural 1. Do I get like anything bad for that?
5.
Other than just not knowing. 5, Jesus Christ.
13?
13? Yeah. You recognize this also as Decepticon technology, and you make the link in your head that this is the same evil purple shit that is making the force field above.
I failed to notice there's this thing.
Yeah, we were just like, I don't know, that's purple.
Purple.
Yeah, additionally, it looks, you recognize that at the back end of this room is like a box and some screens and stuff that you realize connects into the sensor array that's on top. That's the energon sensor array thing that Kyle and Jazz were trying to figure out why it went offline. And you also notice, because of your successful check, that inside of this cylinder is not what you can tell that whatever is in this is probably some kind of chemical that is going to be a hell of a lot dangerous to disable, because it's basically the way it is, it's essentially like a chemical battery that is being linked into the sensor array to turn it off.
There goes my initial thought of shoot it.
As she raises gun, lowers gun.
I was about to have
the
like
same
mine
thought.
like
Do we have any scientists?
Bitch, we barely got a brain
As
cell.
a role, I know you're an analyst. Where do you two?
I'm Prowler.
You're Prowler. You're
Prowl.
Also, Prowler.
Prowler, and Rusty is a wrecker.
You fucking creeps.
I'm gonna say Rusty, as this is all going on. Well, actually, do you share the information?
Yeah. I kind of irritate making a annoying purple force field.
Yeah, don't shoot it.
Don't shoot.
Rusty walks
Don't
up behind
shoot.
you and picks up her close combat bludgeon because you said don't shoot. You never said don't hit, and goes to slam.
Well, where's that Bumblebee soundboard that we needed?
It bounces harmlessly off the glass as she does.
Where is the Bumblebee soundboard that you found? We need
Oh god, don't make me try and find that. Hold on.
Oh, you don't like the beeps I make?
No, let's beam some more cat screams.
I'm trying. I have human vocal.
I know. You should have seen me try and do a New Zealand accent.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis?
We are struggling.
It's you inside of Rusty.
Your Crohn's disease.
You are
Giving her indigestion. And an
I meant the guy driving the truck.
No, I'm right.
How did that jump happen?
You're the toilet on the back of the semi-truck. Oh no, that's Rusty. Oh, you found it? Send me the video.
It's not a video, it's like a sound mod thing for streamers.
Send it. I want it.
Hold on.
Oh no, he's hitting it. That's what LCDC thinks they look like every time they slide into some place.
Okay, so as the bouncing kind of sends Rusty back with a sort of a quite a large force, especially for like how big a bot Rusty is. She is like almost blown backwards into entropy, and the rest of you is you're like crowding around this doorway.
I'm sure he like darts to the
Yeah.
side, like looks at her kind of offended.
Game, like, are you paying attention during this?
In this moment, I think I'm gonna say no. He was just sort of like
Yeah.
lost in thought.
Rusty just completely bowls straight back into you and lands straight on top of you.
Pancake.
So.
Ow.
Can I look around for any like obviously connected things that I might be able to use to turn it off?
Make me a science skill check.
Just a general science skill check?
It just says science.
So blood force didn't work. But what
Okay.
about cutting force?
Oh man. I initially did have a thing for science, but I decided to switch it. It's like an investigation and perception. Oh god. That's 5. I got 5
You
and
have
14.
no idea how you would even start to disable this. What were you saying?
Oh, just a joke about what force doesn't work without cutting force.
Can I try it?
Do you want to make the science skill check?
Is it science or is it technology?
It's science.
Where's science? Is it in smart? Oh, yep, with disadvantage.
Is it disadvantage?
The
if
second
you
one
don't-
was a 15, but the first one was a 3. So.
You also have no idea.
Is it disadvantage if you don't have anything in it?
Yeah.
It's disadvantage if you don't have anything.
Alright.
Start memorizing all these.
And that is, that was an 18, so 14.
14. You realize
Why is there
as you're looking at this.
explicit content in the middle of this?
That's just another Bumblebee. I don't know why it's sensitive content.
That's it.
Me.
Don't do that to my son!
Suggestive.
But you kind of see how this is kind of like plugged in. You
Oh,
follow
what
kind
even
of
let
the
me try
trail
that?
of the way it's. You can kind of see the kind of how there's a wire from the bottom of it that you can't quite see going into the ground, but you can sort of follow like the vague light of it as you see the charge that's being generated by this chemical battery being plugged into the actual like network of the sensor array itself, because the sensor array is in this room to sort of detect energon around the area, but also to detect energon within the facility to make sure nothing was stolen. So you can see it's kind of like plugged into, it's been kind of sliced with like wires into this kind of sensor array. And you could basically check, and basically we're very careful in removing the splicing of these wires. You could probably remove it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna point that out like there's a splice.
There's the
Can I use technology to disable it once
Yeah, sure.
is pointed it out? 15.
15. You managed to very carefully, not shocking yourself, kind of unravel these kind of spliced together wires. And as you do, the moment that you do, there's a beat of silence and alarms everywhere.
Oh.
Bright red warning lights flash on and on as you see on the screen in this room is flashing high energon warning, and Jazz comes over the radio. Looks like that device was put there by the Decepticons for a reason. He's just Gambit now.
It's alright.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
As soon as-
Yeah, that's a little bit of a different direction.
As soon as you disable it, Teltram 1 started getting massive energon readings coming from Sherman Dam. We don't know how long it's been like that, but you can bet your bumper stickers that Decepticons are already there and making a right mess of things. I'll come retrieve the override device to see what we can make of it. In the meantime, get on the roads. Autobots, roll out.
So we're heading to the dam.
We're heading to Sherman Dam,
I'm
which
driving
is
and drifting
legally
and
distinct Hoover Dam.
There's a legal copyright of Hoover Dam?
I don't know why. But yeah, you're heading... Unless Sherman Dam is a real place. Let me double check that it... Oh no, that's a real dam. I think...
Let's pretend it's Hoover.
Let's pretend it looks like Hoover Dam, because Hoover Dam looks cooler.
Hoover Dams is a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna explode the Hoover Dam, drowning billions?
Oh my god, they've got the cube in Hoover Dam.
No. So, is anybody... we're moving to part 2, so do you guys want to take a break, or do you want to keep going straight into it?
Up to y'all.
I'm gonna continue.
Okay,
Whatever y'all
let's
want.
go.
I'm gonna probably make some ramen in a second, but I'm fine to just keep playing while I do that, 'cause
Find. Honestly, this works really good as background music for this part too. You approach Sherman Dam. You're heading over a bridge to it, and as you do, you see traffic is massively backed up. There's gridlock coming down. Suddenly, overhead, there are. Let me count. You see 3 fighter jets flying above you.
Oh.
And as they do, don't get too excited.
No.
You see the 3 fire jets, and as they pass above you, at first they look normal, and then you look underneath, and you notice that instead of the normal, U.S. Navy or Air Force logos that they would have, there was a Decepticon brand and there is. You noticed 3 names. One of them shoots off to the side, and it is a. I have descriptions for all of these. You see a F-15 Eagle, brown and black with just the desert camouflage almost painted onto it, and it goes roaring past you. And then you have another one, black, orange, and red, and an F-22 Raptor that just goes zooming straight overhead of you, almost tilted to the side as if it is going to go straight through the bridge itself. And then finally a white and blue F-16 Fighting Falcon that curves around and goes straight. And you see and as you see this, you realize that they are going to where the traffic is backed up. And like you can't quite see why it's backed up, but you can see that there is quite a lot of backing up. Analyst, please make me an alertness check.
A what check?
An alertness check.
Oh, it's back on my now. The music's back.
What was that one? You can't see shit.
Oh, it's too short to see over traffic.
Offer
Yep.
to also make an alertness check?
Uh,
Perhaps, or is it only analyst?
Oh,
Or
It
is it
says
alert?
analyst or tracker.
The traffic.
What's a track?
It's another role that you
Ah.
don't have. I'm gonna say.
I have specialties in investigation
is
and
there-
perception, if that helps.
Would I know, do we get in trouble if we turn into robots when people can see us?
You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Is there any gaps between the lanes that I could, like, drive down?
It's there is probably like a little gap between like the backed up traffic. So if you
Actually,
want
I could
to,
entropy like
yeah,
kinda
if you
cut
want to
through.
drive through and cut
Because he's
through.
a motorcycle.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to drive through traffic.
Yeah,
I'm
the
just
two.
gonna go motorcycles too.
You can both do it if you want to. I think Rusty would probably be stuck at the back with you guys, but you have comms if you spot anything.
Alright. So I'm gonna drive through the traffic, try to weave my way around to get to.
Yeah.
It's like doing stick drift.
Actually, if sorry, I didn't realize. It's a driving skill test for actually if you want to make it through
Oh,
traffic.
where's
So sorry, I missed that part of the picture.
We're driving
Why
skill.
am I rolling?
Driving is I think on speed.
Well, driving is, yeah, it's kind of like, 12?
12.
Oh, you just don't have any like additions to that.
Oh yeah, I have the D2.
I'm gonna say
Where's
you are making your way through. I feel like you're falling behind a little bit LCDC just because
I got a 12,
because
by the way.
yeah, you both kind of make your way through, but it's very slowly. You arrive to the sort of center of the bridge, and you see it is chaos. There is a chunk missing from the bridge. Numerous vehicles are like kind of hanging off the edge, or like kind of stopped at random angles, trying to stay on the bridge. You can see as they are above the Colorado River, which is flowing below you, and you see that there's a couple of humans down on the bridge that are kind of sitting on the bridge or on top of their vehicles. Who can't leave because the seekers that you spotted are strafing them. They're going super close and they're just harassing the hell out of them.
Okay. I'm doing something dumb. So
I love dumb.
We're on the bridge and there's like
Actually, I need to send you guys this image.
there's a split in the middle, right?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna wait to ask you this here.
yeah. Unless, do I already have this printed out? Let me see. No, I don't. Okay.
Hoping.
This is the bridge that you guys see.
I believe.
You should know what I'm about to try and do because I did it to you at the first job.
Is this about the troll physics moment?
Wait, can we drop Gangplank into the water?
Hang on.
So,
Where are we gonna have it
on,
first?
are we, what are we nearest to? From these letters numbers?
I'm trying to figure out. I'm also trying to figure out where the humans are.
Oh, so there's a hole in the bridge. Okay.
They don't have them marked.
Here's where. Can I ask, where is the Seekers in relation to? Are they like under the bridge?
They are flying above the bridge.
Okay, they're not like down near the gap. But you said they're coming pretty close, right?
Yeah, they are strafing right over the vehicles, harassing anyone who's sitting on top of them.
Can I rev my engine and kind of try and?
You guys are in zone 1, right? By the way.
Okay.
And also as
Which one of these is one? I only see 3.
at the bottom. Also, as before you do what you're gonna do, I'm just gonna say the radio fires back up, and Jazz comes back over and says, "I know I said top priority was checking out what those Decepticons are up to, but our number 1 mission on Earth is to help you in. You have to get over to the humans and get them to safety. Try and approach them in alt mode if you can. They're already scared, and they might not take well to a 15-foot robot trying to snatch them out of the sky."
And
So how close are the Seekers coming to the sort of hole that's in there?
They are, they're about, they're a fair distance up, I will say.
Can I just tell you what I want to do and you can tell me if it's plausible?
Yeah.
Can I try and rev and go as fast as I can? Jump. Turn back into my regular self. And I want to grab onto one of the Seekers and jump on their back.
Hold on, there is a,
We're fucking devil princing this again. How do I always make characters that's made?
I'm gonna say right now, you
fighting
probably
stylish
can't do
jumping?
it over the open space. There is, if you look on the map, C is an empty car hauler, which is at a certain angle that if you wanted to, you could jump over the gap from there. And if you we're willing to make a driving skill test, you would be able to possibly do what you want to do.
Can I ramp off the seat?
You can try, make a driving skill test.
Oh no, what if I fuck it up? Please, I never ask you for anything,
so we
Dice.
want to get the humans to safety.
Yes. I don't know where the humans are because they aren't on the map for some reason.
Are there,
just, like,
are
pick a
there any,
place.
like, near, I guess, you're the DM, so you get to decide with humans. Are there any nearby? I would say Entropy does have its hollow form
Yeah.
currently on.
That's all
No,
that.
that's
Yeah,
not-
there's probably, I'm gonna say, let me just look through this real quick. I've completely forgotten how things work.
Oh, that's a disadvantage, isn't it?
There are some on top of that crashed bus where it is.
On top of the crash.
Yeah, there's a handful of them.
12.
Alright, and we're at 1.
Yes, you're at 1. You, 12, you, I'm gonna say,
Here, let me pull this up on my phone so I can actually see this vision.
you fail and you crash, you
Oh
fail.
no!
You fail and you land straight on top of, luckily, an empty car. I'm gonna say that you probably land on top of like that little like white car that's like next to where he is. If you see that, you just
Can I not just
belly
land
flop.
on the long semi-truck that's in front of it, B?
No, you jump way over and you belly flop onto that. You're gonna take 1 damage.
Oh no, and I look like an idiot.
So Entropy's going to hop off of his alt mode in like his kind of hollow form.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to like I guess climb up onto like the right car or like the like little bit of like that white
I'm
car
no longer
that's
in my
sticking
alt
out
mode,
to like
right?
try to like get up to like sort of height by the people on the bus to get their attention.
Yeah.
I'm no longer in my own mode. I'm just like a robot, I guess.
Yeah.
Can I? If I
I haven't
fail,
decided if I should put you into an initiative or not, because you don't necessarily have to attack the Seekers, but
I'm currently not attacking.
they are attacking you.
They're attacking me.
Yeah, they are going
I
to
attacked
attack
myself.
you. You attacked yourself. Do you guys want to just roll initiative just to make this easy?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can my hollow form get damaged, or does it just go like fizzle out?
No, if your hollow form gets damaged, it just like flickers out. It's not,
Okay.
it doesn't hurt you.
No. So do I add anything to initiative?
Do you have anything in initiative?
What the fuck's initiative?
Oh. Right.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. No, I don't. I considered it. That's cocked. You're also cocked. What the hell?
Oh, good. I have an addition to it.
I think your dice box is cursed. It keeps rolling and landing like half balance against the left. Alright, here.
That's 9 for initiative.
That's a dirty 20.
11. So that's 17.
How did I get 11 twice?
11.
Wait, so what number did we get?
9 for mine.
9,
11.
11, 20.
20. So you and actually, I'm gonna roll 3 separate ones for them. So that is 1, 2, 3. So hold on, let me just really quickly write down what you guys said the initiative order was. It was, sorry to ask you guys again, what was it?
20, 9, 11.
LCDC.
Hey.
20.
I have an initiative.
At 11? Okay, so that's going to be... sorry if I say bitches ordered. I've never GM'd before, so...
Right now, currently, I feel like you're far more organized than I am. So.
Honestly, I couldn't tell.
Can you tell me where the Seekers / Rusty are in the order, by the way?
oh, I have to roll for Rusty. Still, what'd you say yours was?
9.
9.
Okay.
I joked myself into the sun. I kept joking about being cringe fail bot, and I failed at everything I've done.
You're playing the character well. Spot on. True to vision.
Oh god, it
All
sucks
my
so bad.
dice are beefing it tonight. You all suck and should be
Oh, good.
ashamed.
Dice goblin.
Oh, please be Tenebrae Rosso.
Of course, that's a fucking 20. Are you behaving again? No, you're not. Well, good. Okay.
So we're going to start with...
What is the initiative order for Rusty and the Seekers?
Rusty.
Just for...
That's a 1. Yeah, so Rusty is going to go last.
Alright, and the Seekers?
Unless, wait, hold on, let me check if Rusty has anything to add. Sorry,
You're fine.
eh. Oh no, she has a D4 for that, so hold on, let me roll that again.
That's a 16.
16.
You're not good over this.
2. 18. Okay.
18. And the Seekers?
Seekers are at, I shall give you their names as well. So, current order is LCDC is at 20, Rusty is at 18. 12 is Dustwing, which is the one in the desert camouflage that flew by you. Then Entropy at 11, and then also at 11 is Fireglide, the one that went like straight down the middle, the F-22 Raptor. And then finally, it's Gangplank at 9, and then 8 is Snowdrift, which is that blue and white one.
Snow what?
Snowdrift. Gave them all names and personalities.
Alright.
So,
That's me first then?
yeah, you're up first, so you can do what you
Are
want.
they aiming at you said they're aiming at the people?
They are currently...
Can our holoforms hold our robot-sized blasters?
actually, if you want to make a, I'm going to say make a, yeah, they're swooping around you right now. They're like firing kind of indiscriminately, just randomly. If you want to take a look at what they're doing, I'd say you'd have to make a culture check to try and understand what they're doing.
A
Wow.
culture check.
Yes.
Alright. Would this take up my turn, or can I do something else?
Let me look at the rules for combat again real quick.
You cultured it.
Yeah, this is gonna be a, that would be your standard action, but what is your speed?
My speed as a bot, 40 feet.
No, your speed, essence, skill.
Oh, 4.
So you have a move action, a standard action, and a number of free actions equal to your speed minus 2. So you have 2 free actions.
Ooh, I get 4.
Free actions are opening and closing a door, using a single item, aiming, pushing yourself, putting an item or weapon away, putting in a passcode, freeing someone, eating or drinking an item, a couple things.
Is using a perk a free action?
Using a perk is a standard action.
Alright, okay. I'm not going to try and figure out what they're doing. I'm just going to work off the assumption that they're probably trying to harass the civilians because they're Decepticons and they
Yeah.
seem like dicks. So I'm by the white car. I'm going to try basically move it forward towards where the sort of most people, you said there's people on top like this bus.
Yeah, the
ground
bus.
by the cars.
The bus has people.
I'm gonna move as far forward as I can, and I'm gonna use diversion, roll deception, intimidation, persuasion against will or cleverness. If I succeed, the next time they try and hit me, they have a snag. If they don't try and hit me, my allies will get an edge.
Oh, let me
This
pause.
last is what
This
I
is in your roll. This is a perk that comes from your roll.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, let me just find that real quick. No. Analyst. And you're using. What did you say was the name of this?
Diversion?
Version.
That's a good
Okay.
action.
So pick one of the seekers. Pick.
I'm gonna pick Dustwing, I think.
Yeah, Dustwing. Dustwing is currently flying around, laughing. You hear as he kind of goes straight over the. You see, B, which I think is in the background of that image that I sent you, is because it's a yellow school bus that has been sort of knocked over to the side.
Oh, the semi-truck?
Yeah. Well, the front half is a semi truck that had no trailer. B is a school bus that's on the side.
Oh no.
Ah.
Ah, shit, cheering.
But you see as he flies over the school bus, kind of puts the flames that come out of his back are not necessarily hurting the humans, but they're right above them, scaring the crap out of them. As he does that, he just goes, "Eat my dust," and goes around.
Nerd. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a distraction. Basically, I run as far forward as I can, and all the little back panels on LCDC go up and start flashing really colorfully and really strobey. And I basically just wave my arms at him and I go, "Hey dipshit! Over here!"
That is.
Epilepsy warning stands up.
I'm trying to find where that thing is in the book.
I know I found it. I'm just trying to remember.
Oh,
So it's
Diversion.
willpower or cleverness. I'm going to say cleverness for him and.
Oh, I found the full text. Is you put enemies in a lose-lose situation, roll a deception, intimidation, or persuasion skill test
Okay.
against the target's willpower or cleverness as a standard action. On a success, if they attack you on their next turn, they suffer a snag. If they don't attack you, your allies gain an edge on attacks that target them. This lasts until the end of the next round.
So, yeah, roll your attack, your thing, whatever you're doing.
Do I add anything to this? I think.
Well, it depends which one you choose, I think.
Oh, roll deception, intimidation, or persuasion. Now, here's the thing. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm distracting him by yelling at him. Does that count as a taunt?
Fuck it, you know what? I'll give it to you.
Alright, yay. I get advantage on yelling at people. Or rather, not advantage, just, oh wait, no, that's not intimidation, is that intimidation? I put that in the wrong spot. Hang on. Gotta fix this character sheet.
No, I think the thing you showed me was intimidation from a gladiator.
No, yeah, but I put it in
I
bite
heard-
instead of intimidation.
Oh.
I have an advantage on these alertness checks that I have not realized.
Oh yeah,
I
the
forgot
forward
to
observation.
No, it's part of my perk. It keeps senses.
Alright,
Oh
ready?
yeah, I got that.
It should.
Oh,
You have
natural 20.
Smell.
Perfect.
intriguing.
Yeah, you definitely
Doesn't
succeed.
matter to
He,
my
as he's
madness.
flying around, suddenly makes a hard turn as he's heading towards you, and it's just you hear him go, "You want to go?" As he's heading straight for you.
You are a waste of my fucking time, you dusty bitch.
You also hear as they're flying above you, the Fireglide laughs as they hear you insult Dustwing, and then kind of
Just a
you
big
hear kind of
robot
like
going like this.
over like kind of like the speaker system that they have to kind of communicate with you, the others. Snowdrift's just going, "Don't buy into that. Useless."
Yeah, you are useless. Now come over here, bitch.
Yeah, so that is your that's your perk. So I think that's your standard action. You can move or use a free action or 2 free actions.
You said, what were the free actions again?
Free
Are they
action.
listed in the book somewhere?
Yes, they are listed in
Okay.
combat.
What page?
I'm gonna definitely
Types of
go on.
actions. 144 for me.
Oh god, it's got a letter. Give it like 5 minutes. 144 for you?
Yeah.
Free actions. Only thunder, using a simple item. Okay, eating or drinking any specific item.
I can't type.
Can or can't?
Can? I can type.
Using a simple item. What is a simple item? Does it say what a simple item is?
No, I think it's up to me. You can also, if you look down, if you want to,
Oh, I
you
see
can
it
al-
in the description.
you can also, use up your free actions to buy additional movement, which will give you 5 feet for each free action if you want.
So 2 free actions left on your mind. I'm gonna just use it to sort of move more towards where like the other people are. So I'm staying away from where the humans are, but I am sort of moving in that general direction. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like kind of going around.
So you'd be looking
Actually,
at
can I
map.
get on top of the yellow bus thing?
You are nowhere near there right now. You
I
are.
thought you said I crashed into the white car. Where am I coming? Where are you?
Oh no, you were up at sea. Sorry, I forgot where you were. Yeah, you can, if you wanted to try and sort of climb over the median, you could head down towards 3 if you wanted to.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. So I'm in this sort of general direction.
Yeah, I will say also the zones that are marked out are not just marked out as like where you start. They're also, those are the safe zones that you're trying to get the humans to.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, or A, C, D?
1, 2, and 3.
Okay. So I'm by 1 currently.
Yeah, you're
Can
in
I
1.
not like climb over the median and can I get on top of that yellow semi-truck thing?
The bus, you can try and climb on top of it.
Just be a big yellow target. There's no people on top of the bus.
There is.
Oh,
There
no.
is. It is a school bus. There is quite a few children on top of that bus.
In that case, I'm gonna go over the median and run away from the school bus.
Yeah.
I think the children should get to see
Yeah,
us.
you
and
hear
see.
as you run past, you hear the sort of astonished cries of a group of school children going,
Oh, shit.
"Look, it's a giant robot!"
Fuck yeah, it is!
And then you hear another child just goes, "That's bad language."
Well,
cursing.
we all make sacrifices in the heat of battle.
What?
I know curses you can't even say. They're not in English.
Oh my god. So how much movement do you have? You have 60 feet of movement. So are you spending your whole 60 feet to run over there?
Yeah.
And then is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. So that's your turn. Next up is Rusty, who, let me look over her sheet and see what she can do. Also, I have
It's not my turn for a while.
I have a Google Doc for her.
You might get attacked, but
Yeah, by running.
You just,
Sorry.
you just barely managed to not flash as your
I
We got the bad.
shirt up. Tucked in my pants, you pervert. Can't do shit in America. Yeah, fucking die. That's right.
Unlike you, I can actually control
Please,
myself.
somebody has to like lime chili shrimp seasoning. I only eat the ramen out of the packets.
I'm too scared to try it. I don't know what it tastes like.
allergic to shellfish, so I am.
Oh, right, fuck.
I'm gonna say she
No shit,
converts
for
out
you.
of her alt
Yeah.
mode.
I was thinking about making fried chips, so good to know that not to do that.
Peanuts. Well, nuts, I guess.
Your guess?
I mean, I can eat peanut butter. Reese's. I don't know what the deal is with that. No one lets me try it out.
Sorry, I'm reading through Rusty's thing right now, so I can try and figure out what she can do.
Y'all loop that song so constantly. It's just kind of like on low in the back of my brain
Which
now.
one? I forget which one that is.
Okay, Rusty is going to, she pulls out of her alt mode, she's going to pull out her shotgun that she has. And
Hey.
she is going to aim for,
Rusty does not care about stealth.
I'm imagining the school kids going, holy shit, shotgun!
that's an anti-tank rifle. She's going to aim for Fireglide, who is currently like doing like kind of loops around, doing very chaotic movement. Fireglide has. So let me figure out how that works. Shotgun. Targeting.
Little fire suit in the
Targeting. What does targeting do? Targeting.
Staring at a lovely photo of our DM.
Targeting.
Did you put that on the shredded cheese into a bag?
Yes. Should be at the bottom. Somewhere.
In the drawer, or?
No. I mean.
No, they're the tater tots.
Ta-da.
Oh, okay.
You're doing good.
Then my lunch.
Oh, God.
I made my own noodles.
Oh no, targeting is just the skill that it uses. Okay.
Hey, Monterey.
Oh, well, we are reading this. I think we stopped for
Oh, actually, it takes 2 targets. So I'm gonna say that she's gonna go for
It's a D20.
Dustwing and Fireglide, because it does a 15-foot cone. So that's gonna be targeting. What is her targeting? Targeting is D2. Can I borrow your? Oh, it's all gone wrong. D2. So that's gonna be up against their evasion. So that's gonna be a 16 plus. I have a D2 roller on mine. Hold on, D2 roll.
Oh, I'm gonna try to guess what happened to this one the other day.
Oh boy.
Did you guys
Two.
somebody left the burner on and somebody else put
18.
another bit on top?
I wonder who are these somebodies?
Not me.
Laura? What?
There's a
Showing
burnt
the other bit
oven mitt over there.
from the other day.
Okay,
Listen,
so-
someone else in our apartment left a burner on. Upper medium.
It's fine. It's not
Ra-
his
But I
fault.
did not.
Rusty raises her shotgun and like someone shooting clay pigeons, cocks it and just go poof, and you see as both Fireglide and Dustwing go bah! As they both hit in the wing as they kind of go near each other, and they both are going to take how much damage does that do?
2 birds.
One
with
sharp
one
damage as it kind of cuts through them. So
Oh, I forgot to put my health down. I only have 2 points of health left.
How much health do you have?
3. I got hit points
One.
already because I
Oh,
drove into
I was
something.
helped on
Have
you.
one.
Not 5.
how much do the Seeker Scouts have? Oh, 2. So they're already
I have
down.
3. Make sure to use all my points to invest in conditioning. For a little extra.
I figured I'd be getting my non-existent face punched in even further, so I was like, alright. You know, given Gangplank's backstory, she should be a little sturdy.
Where have you been? What have you done?
Don't worry about that yet.
I will. Don't worry, I will.
I know my character's backstory. I know LCDC's. Rusty, I don't think has a whole lot of backstory currently going. So it's interesting because I wonder what direction you went in. Because me and LCDC went
Where are you from?
very opposite.
You from Praxis? Do I know you?
Right.
No, not Francis.
There's only 3 people left that are from Praxis because it got nuked, and one of them is me, and one of them is Prowl, and we fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains it.
Oh boy.
I think
Prowl's top.
Rusty, after the shotgun, kind of puts it away and just walks over. He's gonna spend her movement to walk over to the overturned like city bus that is there. So that's gonna be, how much movement does she have? She has a ridiculous amount of movement, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 20 feet of movement. So just makes her way over there. I assume that's. Yeah, it's probably about 20 feet from where you guys are. Everything. We're hand waving a lot of the distances because I don't have the software to do that.
Does it have squares at all? The square, I'm guessing, is probably the standard, like 5 feet.
It's easier for me if I can just eyeball it.
Yeah, fair.
There we go.
Now, you can save on Cox Internet when you're at Cox Mobile.
I can't say anything. You see,
Who
like, the
named
way I
this company?
interpret.
No.
I said, who named the company Cox?
There's a high school in my area called Fox High School.
Dick Wireless.
Okay, so up next, that was Rusty. Next up is Dustwing. Dustwing is going to, as he's reeling from the attack, he's looking at you, he's pissed off, he's going, fucking Autobot scum.
Oh, I'm so scared of somebody who looks like they skimmed fucking sand.
Fuck you.
Fuck you!
So,
You look like a bitch.
is he
Really wanna
within
cool
10
these
feet of
secrets.
you?
Why can't we get Starscream or something?
Starscream is cool.
It looks cooler
So
than this.
he has, how much
Shit,
movement do you
shit,
have?
bitch.
14 feet barrel. Where is he? Where's
The
LC?
oven mitt.
Where's LCDC right now? Where's LCDC right now? LCDC's up
I'm
there.
around
He's like
where-
in the middle. He's sort of in the middle
I'm
between
imagining
you.
I'm up here is where
Yeah.
I think you said it was.
Yeah, he's like in the middle with you guys. So I'm imagining he's gonna go for LCDC.
Yes.
He's going to. What are you gonna do?
It's one of the fuckers from Devastation.
Is it Starscream?
It's not Starscream, so Starscream's the one that starts out with a. It's got the little like whine at the beginning.
Is it? What's the destruction?
He's gonna try and do a flyby of you. So
Oh, good. He can try.
yeah, he's gonna move. He's gonna spend from where he is. I imagine he's gonna spend his movement. I'd say he's gonna spend like roughly. Yeah, he's probably gonna spend his movement to sort of get up to you, and fly past you, and he's going to do that. So it's gonna be 11 plus.
Do I need to roll anything?
No, I'm going against your armor, so. That's gonna be against your. Who do I think it's gonna be against your? Oh, I still have your old one. Damn it. I know you sent me. Did you send me your new character sheet? I still have your old one.
The new one got, I think, uploaded in the server.
I sent it to you.
Is it in character sheets?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
apparently.
Okay. That's gonna be against your. I'm gonna say evasion. And he rolled 11 plus 2, so 13. So he barely misses you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he
One
just.
of the competent ones out
Very
here.
nice.
Yeah.
He goes to try and do a flyby of you, but you manage to sort of duck down. He just goes, basically just flying straight past you.
I'm flipping him off the whole
Yeah.
time.
So that's
I
his.
haven't moved. I'm just standing there like this.
I will say, because
Locked
he
on.
passed within 10 feet of you, he is going to attempt. Is that a standard?
Let me see if she
It doesn't say. That's a perk though, so never mind. No, he's just gonna end his turn there. Then, Entropy, you're up.
So At the start of one, I'm nearest to A. In his hollow form, like looking human, he's going to kind of crouch down and try to get up to like on top of the little car that's in the shadow of A, and like tap on top of the overturned bus to get the people's attention.
So you're in your hollow form doing this?
Yes.
Okay.
Said not to show big butts to
Okay.
people.
I got a big butt.
Alright,
With this fucking
easy.
knife pile of a bitch. I'm saying bitch, I don't know.
It's fun. It's a
You're
fun
in
word.
character.
I'm in character, yeah.
You're cute black.
My brain is trying to figure out if I should call them cunts or not, so.
Why not?
So what's your club music?
So I'm
My
gonna
mother was
say
surprisingly not scandalized by me saying cut.
you are going to make a
Here's the question.
persuasion
Do
skill
Outlaws
check,
know what cunt is?
Persuasion.
but it's going to be made with a downshift because their seekers are still here.
Gonna move you.
I will say you are probably going to have to turn
This creepy
in.
looking man on
You're
a
good- probably gonna
motorbike
have to turn it into-
definitely isn't the Undertaker, definitely isn't trying to drag
They
it out.
aren't
Jack,
going
is
to be
that
willing
you?
to climb off the bus with just a person. You're probably going to have to turn into your bot mode to pick them up.
I thought I wasn't supposed to show them my bot mode.
Okay. It's not like you're going to die immediately if you show them. It's just they're going to be a little bit more wary of you.
And Jerry's a pile of knives.
No, you can
You look
convince.
scary.
You can convince them in your own mode. I'm just saying it's gonna.
Just like the pie.
13 and a 19.
Oh, never
I
mind.
get
Never
doubles
mind.
there.
That was the wrong roll I was looking at.
Ah.
You can get as many to come with you as you have a crew rating. I don't know what your crew rating is. I'm gonna find it. Sorry. This book loves
I get a
putting
crew
things.
of one.
Oh yeah, so you can take one of them with you right now.
I feel like I should be able to stick one in the back of the hearse as well. Just on the seat.
We just lie on top of each
This
other.
does not inspire the
Yeah, I should be able to
onlookers from
look.
afar.
I'm here to save you. Get in the death car.
Yeah.
Get in the
So
bag.
sorry, what did you roll?
13 and a 19.
13 and 19. No, it wasn't. It was a downshift. It wasn't not a snag.
It's a downshift.
It basically means your skill dice is lower for that, for persuasion. I don't know what thing you have for
I already
persuasion.
have no skill dice for persuasion.
Okay, hold on then. Let me check.
Entropy's social skills are made up of I have a D2 for deception and then I have a D2 for animal handling. Entropy has a 2 for social. My foot's away.
Wow.
Wow, Luigi.
Wow.
Okay, because you don't have anything, you are you fail. The woman who's staring at you is just shaking her head. She's like kind of moving away, not from you, but from where she can still see the seekers. She's terrified right now. She even with seeing a supposedly human face, she's too scared to move.
Supposedly. Alright, Entropy's gonna, I guess, out his hollow form, which I'm sure helps nothing.
Yeah, she's like,
He's
She-
going to drop down,
Yeah.
like, scoot lower, so, like, you know, he's not immediately seen, and then he's going to shoot out. And he's going to and go back into his standard mode, and then try to crawl back over to that same area.
I'm gonna say you can do movement. You can't. I feel like if I remember correctly.
He's trying
The way
to
this
sneak over.
the way this is set up is not done very well. This because it's a skill check. You can move, but you can't do the check until your turn comes back around.
Okay.
So you can move over to them, but you can't try and pick them up until
Yeah. I'm gonna try to like crawl over there and try to like not get the attention of the seekers.
Yeah. So you use your free action to convert, and then you move over. Crawl over.
I just imagine his clawed hands over the side, like shoot, like the fucking Babadook.
Yeah. So you get over them. I'm gonna say right now. I don't know if I said earlier, but the earth things are on A. They're on 2 of the car. Well, no, they're on like there's a handful of them that are sort of gathered within the cars that are kind of up and to the right of B, and then they're also on B.
Well, I know where my focus
you've done all your stuff, so that was your turn. And then Fireglide. Fireglide is currently sort of in the middle, right near where the hole
Not
is.
repeating that. I told you I fucked it up.
Near the middle
You
where
can
the
see
hole
its
is.
texture here.
Fireglide.
Violence. That was great. Look.
Eh.
Where does energy come from? Where does it go?
Where's it come from?
That's
Cotton
had
Eye
Emma
Joe.
John for a split second. Like, what meta bullshit is this?
Okay. Okay.
It's looking like it's resisting. It's looking a little
interesting
flecky.
texture.
cheese sauce. It hasn't reheated well. I'm still using the cheese.
I ended up having to correct it last night because I was cooking at too high of a temperature, so the fats and like the oil started separating. So it gave it a gritty texture, and I was like, "Fuck this!" And they were like, "No, that's right."
I'm gonna
So
say
now cheese is left.
Fireglide, having been hit, decides to go after Rusty. So, Fireglide, they immediately start going, like, straight for Rusty, going, that really hurt, as they're going for it, and they are going
Did
to,
I use censored fucking almost?
yeah. You see kind of pop
Very-
out, from the bottom of them, they have a little tiny mini laser, that they're going to target Rusty with as they move up to, her.
I mentioned you in the secret they had.
So that is going to be against, I'm going to say probably evasion as well. So, they have, what do they have to that? That is plus D4. That was a 5 plus 1. That's a 6. So,
She's a little skills. But you could go up on one.
yeah, no, they completely fail. The laser goes, and it just goes straight over Rush's shoulder, probably hitting another car further down the traffic line, but we
Oh,
don't
no.
know about that. So it kind of goes over Rush's shoulders and poofs off into existence. And
Frees
that,
the civilians.
yeah, it scares a little bit of civilians, but it doesn't hurt Rusty at all. So once they've done that,
If the didn't want to be hit, they shouldn't have been
Yeah.
playable characters.
and that's going to be their action. And then next up from Fireglide is Gangplank.
Alright, so I'm at 1 on the first.
Yes.
Can I, with this movement, reach B? And then there's still civilians on there.
How much is your movement?
Let's see. My movement is 30 feet.
30 feet. I would say you could probably make it to. Each of the squares are 5 by 5. You could probably make it up to. I'm gonna say like.
Your D4 fails me.
Yeah, the D4 is never really light that well. You could probably make it up to, I'm gonna give you maybe C. You can also spend free actions to get 5 more feet of movement if you wanted to.
There's only 1 free action per turn.
What is your speed?
Well,
Maybe I need to.
is that movement? Oh, speed is 5.
Speed is 5, so it's you have a number of free actions equal to your speed minus 2, so you have 3.
Okay.
So you could potentially spend it up for 15 more feet of movement, which would get you to B.
Okay. If I were to use disappear first,
Right? Is
What-
disappear or prowler thing?
Can you check if your audio is still recording, by the way?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, my audio is still recording.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay. Is it- Is it from your role?
Yeah. Disappear, free action.
And you are a prowler is a scout thing,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Well, I need to add that to my thing. What's the fucking details on that? I currently completely missed that.
Well, depend. What was your focus? What is your focus? Oh, you're both prowlers.
Yeah.
Can Bumblebee turn invisible?
I guess so. I looked at it. He has the,
Where is disappear?
Yeah, I never saw that in there. Could that be an upper level thing they actually added?
Let me zoom out, see if I can find a scout.
Oh no, that's your Cybertronian perk.
Oh.
Okay, I found it. It's labeled where like as a free action, you can spend an energon point to turn invisible until the end of your next turn.
Oh, you have to spend a point to do it.
If you spend,
Sure.
that would be a free action
happens
to
in
do
here?
that, which
Okay.
means that you would not be
So
able to
I don't lose
move up to the 15 feet. You wouldn't necessarily need to get. You would probably be able to get like halfway up C, but you would not necessarily be able to get to the bus if you wanted to.
Okay.
So you can either stay visible and get to the bus, or you could turn invisible and not get to the bus. Which that lasts until the end of your or no, the end of your turn. So it would pretty much only be you invisible while you're standing there.
Then I will stay visible and get to the bus.
Okay, you make it to the bus. You see, as you're on the school bus, you know, there's probably about, I'm going to say, luckily, you know, it was like a half day. A lot of kids' parents picked them up early, so there's only about 4 kids really standing on the. It's a fairly. It was also
So bus driver also there?
Yeah, 4 kids plus the bus driver is also on the top. So it's a fairly small, you know, school district, fairly small handful of kids. So
We're not in the Las Vegas school
Yeah.
district. We're not
I'm mainly doing this so you don't have to get like 20 kids over to the areas.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so there's about, I'm going to say 5 people total on top of that bus.
Hi, kids.
And driver.
Sir, just a little salute.
Holy shit. Another cool robot. Are you gonna shoot us?
No.
Are you going to try and persuade them?
Yeah.
You also make that persuasion check with a downshift, so a lower dice thing on the ladder, because you, so let me see what you,
Persuasion, I have 2 things in persuasion, so that would be just a D2.
just a
grab
D2.
it?
You can if you want to, they are going to resist if you do so.
I think robot. Resistance. Cups you like a lightning bug.
Would I roll disadvantage or just the one roll?
No, it's just the one roll.
Okay. That is a 19.
19, you see one of the kids, the high school student, kind of stands up towards you. She's got fairly sort of tan skin, very long, straight dark hair, and she kind of, as you kind of wave towards her, she just kind of like sits up and just goes, "Hi."
Hey there, lass.
And Jimmy is in the. I'm imagining LCDC is in the background, just still screaming their head off.
Yeah, you were not helping.
Ignore that one. Do you want to get out of here? Because I can help with that.
Yeah, you kind of like put your hand forward. She crawls over onto your hand and goes,
Like a millipede.
"Are you like a mech?"
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough, yes.
You are.
Hey
Yeah.
kid, have you seen Evangelion?
She's like, cool. And which area are you taking her to?
Uh,
Also, I just realized you don't have any movement left, so you can't necessarily take her to. You're kind of just holding her right now.
You can move around the next turn.
Yeah, move
yeah.
her next turn.
I'm probably going to go for 3.
Gently cup
Yeah,
the
3.
child.
Yeah. So you kind of hold her and take her off.
Wait, don't take her to 3. That's where I'm yelling at the seekers and bringing them all over to me.
Okay.
I thought
You're not here, run at me.
I
Maybe
thought
take
you
her back to
said
1.
so.
Maybe take her back to 1 on your next
Yeah,
turn.
I'm standing basically right in front of 3.
So you were holding.
That's
You
fine.
can.
Well, you ruined one of the safe zones.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to get away from the kids, and the only place I
Yeah,
could.
you can
run-
also. You're holding her in one hand. You can also take another one of the kids if you want to.
Sure, yeah, I'll take
You
it.
take another, this little like blonde kid, kind of very short, little chubby kid, kind of crawls onto your hands as well, and he looks up and just goes, "I'm Jack. Hi, weird alien. I'm not sure if you're an alien or like a government robot, but you're cool."
2 genders, alien, government robot.
Nice to meet you. Don't worry about it. Just call me Blank. Sounds
These children cannot know our real identity.
Don't worry about it. I was never here.
You guys get an extra story point for that. That's awesome. And as you said that, the girl from one second just goes, "I'm Ruby,"
Nice to meet you, Ruby. Well,
and that's probably gonna be the end of your turn.
yeah.
The tiniest handshake.
Yeah.
The coyote rat's happy still on there.
I'm picturing you have like sleeves somehow on the Crosshair's shitty trench coat
So that
and the
is
coyote's in your sleeve.
it is Snowdrift's turn now. Snowdrift is, I'm gonna say, up kind of across from. Well, actually, no. Dustbank is up across from 3. Fireglide is there. Snowdrift is probably down back by A where 1 is. So where Entropy is right now. And I'm gonna have her target Entropy. So
My evasion's 19.
she's gonna try and target Entropy. I never said she was succeeding.
This is my revenge for your bullshit AC with your plate armor.
So she is also gonna try and do the targeting mini laser. So that is gonna be. Oh, there it goes. That was a 17 plus a 4.
I fucking hate you.
So yeah, that hits. If you're thinking so. So as you were like crawling up, trying to get your attention is focused on like trying to be like kind of small and quiet and non-threatening to these humans. As suddenly you hear a as like the laser kind of fires up, and you look up towards you, and a laser kind of goes straight into kind of like your sort of where your like very long neck meets your chest. Goes like straight into there, and gives you 1 laser damage. Yeah, yeah. Various noises. How much?
Oh,
I
Entropy
know exactly
very
where that one
disgruntled.
noise is from.
How?
I know what episode they pulled that from.
How
too.
much health do you have right now?
I had 3.
3, so now you're down to 2. Okay.
Entropy kind of like floats around, like his neck cranes around, and he kind of like rotates his arm a little bit, like to kind of like adjust the shoulder socket, and he flips off the Decepticons above him.
Yeah, and
The first thing the Autobots learned when they came to Earth was this.
Snowdrift kind of like curves around you, and is going to try and flies around A and is heading back up to C, kind of facing now where Gangplank is as she ends her turn. And so we reset the turn order back at SADC.
I'm still yelling at the sky.
You're currently flipping off Dustwing, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I am. Very confidently. Can I, sort of, do you need to use up a turn to grab something out of hammer space?
No, if it's something you have equipped, it doesn't, that's a free action.
Awesome. I'm gonna pull out my rifle and try and snipe Dustwing out of here.
Okay,
While yelling at him still.
if you have a rifle, I'm going to also just remind you all of the rules for aiming.
Yeah, how does that what?
So the
It's
rules
a free
for
action.
yeah, that is a free
We can
action.
aim guns wherever we like.
Where is your free action? Yeah, aiming. If you have a ranged weapon, you can take a free action aim, which gives you an upshift on a single ranged skill attack, unless you don't use an action between that. So if you, how many free actions do you have?
2?
2. So you use one to pull out your weapon, you use the other one to aim, and then you can attack.
Okay, awesome. So it gives me an upshift on attack?
Yes. So whatever your thing is for your rifle.
It's range 100 over 40 and the effects strike damage. Oh no, I'm gonna have to find where the rifle is.
Hold on. I have the book open. I can find the weapons.
I think
The rifle is
What page is it on, by the way, just so I know.
it's targeting. What is your targeting?
Oh,
Do you have anything in targeting?
no.
So that gives you a D2, which means you don't have to
No disadvantage?
no disadvantage.
Okay, so it's just a straight roll.
Straight roll plus a D2.
Plus awesome. Oh, where's that D2?
I could have requested a medium blade, not a short blade. I could have got forward. But
It's a
That one might
9.
have been the hardest though.
I specifically
I swear to God, I
invested
just
in
opened
finesse
it.
for this.
It's a 9.
That's a 9. So I'm having to go back and find their stat
It's really
blocks.
hard to shoot a rifle where you're also giving someone the middle finger.
Yeah, no, that does not. You fire straight past Dust Wing's like cockpit. You just go straight over.
Oh, you get one warning. Try to play it off. You get one warning.
Warning shot.
Yeah, it's definitely meant to be a warning shot.
Warning shot.
Fire warning shot. Sir, that's an anti-tank rifle.
Fire it anyway.
Yeah, so I think that is the end of your turn, you said?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that now that Rusty is back up. Rusty is, I think once again just treating these like clay pigeons.
Oh, wait. I did the distract thing on him, right?
When was distract?
It was last time, like, when I was still yelling at him. Diversion.
Last time on these bitches.
It said on his success, if they attack them in their next turn, they suffer a snag. Did he attack me in between?
I can't remember.
I think he tried to. Do you want to give him a snag? Now or?
If they don't attack you, your allies get advantage until, well, it's the next round, I think.
Yeah.
So they would have gotten an edge on attacks. I forgot to give you guys the edge.
You
But
can have it now.
yeah, I'll give it to you now because I forgot about that. So that's on me. So now if any of you attack Dustwing, you guys get an edge. But for now, it's going to go to Rusty, who is, she'll take advantage of that. And I think also seeing, well, he's up there. How long is the shotgun's range is a very good question.
It is a shotgun.
Shotgun. I have your attacks for
It
them.
is
20 to
60 feet. So I'm going to say that she's probably going to go after Fireglide, who's probably within that range. Sort of as he's near that kind of where that blue trailer is, if you see. Kind of in front of where the hole is.
Alright.
So Rusty is going to use the shotgun. And she's going to get an edge on that, and she gets, because it's targeting, she gets, find, targeting, here's her targeting, D2. So, that is a 19, and that's a 2, so that's good. So a 19.
I know exactly what episode that's from. It's great.
And then D2 is. Oh no,
Pyromanium.
that was the wrong one.
I'm very normal.
That's a 1. So dirty 20, which I think definitely beats the evasion of these guys, but I'm going to double check. Yeah, it definitely beats. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong. Still definitely beats. Okay.
Yeah, I can.
So
Are you the
Fireglide,
first
who is already on 1 health, is going to take.
You want your
Go.
thumb
Oh,
on the,
it's 2
your
targets.
thumb on the top.
Oh. I'm gonna say that she
That's
centers it all on
actually-
Fireglide.
Is that the one with the sticky wheel?
Yeah.
Try the other one.
So Fireglide, as Rusty lines up this shot, kind of aiming over, kind of in a very trench warfare, like, but with robots kind of position, and she kind of ducks down past this bus.
The last state of the wreckers, I see.
Yeah, yeah, just goes, and this entire 15-foot cone just centers on Fireglide straight as they are moving up to do like a cool loop-to-loop, and they go straight into their chest, and they spiral down in a smoking thing straight down through the hole, and just land, kind of glide to sort of a crash, if you will.
Going into a nice gentle
They-
crash into the water.
Yeah, they just go straight down into the water, and they are knocked out. They are very badly disabled. So,
Yeah, your friend's dead. Suck it.
and yeah, as you see this, I'm going to give. Do you want to yell at? I think it would be free for you guys to yell at. Would that be an intimidation? I don't know.
I mean, I'm already in the process of yelling at Duststorm, so I'm just gonna continue yelling at Duststorm. They're like, yeah, your friend's
I'm
dead,
gonna
suck
make
it.
a general intimidation check based off of that action, and not from anyone in particular. And then I'm just gonna.
General
You want me to do it?
intimidation? Do you have any advantage in intimidation?
No, I'm gonna do it for like just the group because of
Oh.
that action because
Okay.
they have something that goes with intimidation for the Seeker Scouts.
Oh. That's specialization in fright.
Yeah. I'm just gonna see what it is.
I get advantage for yelling at people.
A 2 plus yeah. They are freaked out, but they are not frightened enough to do what they would do.
Oh, is this the one that ran away?
Yeah. Basically, if you intimidate them, you get an upshift, and also if you exceed the willpower, which is 11 by 10, if you roll, they immediately flee the battle, never to return.
Hell yeah, they do. Get out of here.
So they're still freaked out. You hear Snowdrift just kind of goes, "Fire God," and then she kind of moves up as she's kind of in between, kind of where Dustwing is with you, and kind of in between, kind of. Well, they're kind of at this point kind of framing where LCDC and Gangplank are, with Dustwing up there, Snowdrift here. As she's moving towards her, she's just going, "Dustwing, stop acting like a fucking moron."
He can't. It's all he knows how to do.
So that is going to be Rusty's turn.
Is Dustwing now?
Yes, Dustwing now, who is a little bit freaked out by this point, seeing his friends get toppled down. So, what's Dustwing gonna do? Dustwing is gonna try and do the flyby again on LCDC. So he's gonna move 10 feet towards you, and he's just gonna go over top of you again, and that is gonna be for your invasion. That is a 2 plus a 2, 4. I'm guessing that does not meet your evasion.
No, if he misses me, do I get like an attack of opportunity or anything like that?
I don't know if attack of opportunity is a thing
Alright.
in this game, so no.
I just continue flipping them off.
Yeah.
So does it?
Because the way it would be is that your evasion means
Sure. Thing we all
so you
have?
have to dive out of the way of it
Okay.
because it's coming towards you.
I think so. I think that's. Yeah.
So he's gonna move. He's gonna spend the rest of his. He moved 10 feet. He has 45 feet of aerial movement, so he's gonna move the rest of his 35 feet, kind of looping around back to essentially where Fireland was, going down that way.
Alright.
And that's gonna be the end of his turn. So now it is Entropy's turn.
So, the disappearance thing, is that like a general Cybertronian thing?
So I don't know why it's called Cybertronian Perk. It's just a thing for scouts.
So I also get that.
Yes.
How does it work again?
Okay, let me find
I
it.
have an idea. Or at least something that'll make my
Find
life a
it.
little
Okay,
easier.
scout.
You're gonna turn invisible and then grab the enemy.
Yeah. So you can,
No.
as a free action, you can spend an energon point to turn invisible until the end of your turn.
Okay, so I'm at the start of my turn. I'm gonna.
How
do
many
that.
free actions do you have? What's speed?
I get 4.
What is your speed?
6. I put the most in his
Jesus,
speed.
you do.
I
So
have my social's 2.
yeah,
I knew
you spend that, you
Maxing over here.
turn invisible. Well, how many energy points do you have? So you spend one of them. You don't have 2.
Okay, so I have a thing called Stunning Surprise. The suddenness of your ambush disorients enemies. When you attack creatures under your attack location, your attack deals stun 1 in addition to its normal effect.
What was that called?
Stunning Surprise.
And is that under Prowler or?
I believe.
Yes. Okay.
So I have screenshots.
No, yeah, it's stun 1. Okay.
So is there anybody that's like more than 100 feet but less than 400 feet from me?
More than 100 and less than 400.
That sounds like a fucking riddle.
God, this is math on a
What
scale
rises
I
in
did
the
not
day
know.
with 3 legs and goes to bed with 4.
I would use my rifle.
Use the power of gun.
Wait, no. Wait, if you're looking at the rifle,
Yes, the range is 100 feet, 400 feet.
no, hold on.
Unless I filled that in wrong?
No, you didn't fill it in wrong. You're reading it wrong. If it is it like 100 slash then 400?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the minimum and then the maximum.
No. Okay. The way that it's set up here is the 100 is the maximum. 400 is you get disadvantage if you use it because you're using it beyond the range.
It's got a range of 100 feet,
Okay.
and then but you can go to 400 if you want to risk like.
Yeah, disadvantage.
You know when you're doing Wii Sports golf, and when you get at the very end, it like has like the big.
Alright, so who's within 100 feet of me?
Right now, Dustwing is flying towards you and does not see you. He's just flying away
Alright.
from LCDC because he's
I
a
want to shoot
Sports
him. Here, let me see. Do I have anything else that's also, let's see.
You see a little
Organization,
names
you
up there.
take in every aspect of what you witness. When you roll an no, that's alert.
In this house, we respect Wii Sports. I can't be surprised.
You get score success. No,
This
that's
is a fun
okay.
fact. If I'm
So
surprised,
it's-
I act instead.
Okay, so it's that. Alright, come on, no wimmies. 10. Oh wait, I think I don't have any skill links, so I have to.
Do you
I
have
to roll
what
twice?
is the rifle is targeting, right?
Yeah.
Do you have anything for targeting?
No.
Are you don't have a D2?
No.
That would be rolling at disadvantage then.
Aw. That was a 13, so 10.
No,
damn
I'm
it.
sorry.
I meant for stabbing.
Wait, actually no. Hold on. Wait, no, because the thing you showed me. Never disregard that. Hold on. The thing you showed me. It said you get in something like an upshift or something.
I can also deal
Oh no.
stun.
Okay.
Hold on.
And you said you were gonna try and deal this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I don't think I can jump up to like
No.
stab him, right?
I would love to surf
No,
one of them,
you-
but sadly I've been
You
denied.
miss you miss Dustwing. Dustwing does not notice you still though because you're still invisible. Right.
I'll take it.
Right until the invisibility fades at the end of this turn.
Alright.
So you're still invisible. You don't have a standard action. You can still move though if you want
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna get up to the bus.
to. Wait, the school bus or the A bus?
That's
A
really
bus.
not gonna freak them out. A
Yeah.
massive robot appearing out of nothing when the invisibility wears off.
So you're gonna. I imagine at this point you're kind of round the back where that white car is. I imagine it's kind of where you're
Yeah.
coming from. So you're about there, and then the invisibility wears off, and
Would there be a possibility for me to try to pull what that one on another turn to try to pull what that one did and like creep up, run, and try to jump onto one of them to stab?
you would have to go up to that car ramp to do it. It's the only place
Car
that's high
ramp?
enough. See, it's a hauler thing. It's one of those things that's like at an angle, you know.
In order to get high enough to jump to the,
It's right next to the bus.
Yeah.
you know those things that like the big car.
Could I climb onto A and try?
There
Where
are
the people
humans on top of A.
I want to be where the people.
I'm gonna say no right now.
You are made of knives.
I want to
Also
do
true,
damage.
because I
He's meant
imagine-
to stab,
I
not
imagine
shoot.
that you have I'm imagining sharp feet, and you're probably gonna go straight through the side.
His sharp feet.
Well, he's
No.
made of
What
knives.
do his feet look
His
like?
feet are they're flat. I have
Okay.
artistic.
Visual proof.
Okay, I'm just gonna say because of humans, even if you don't step directly onto one, stepping on top of that bus,
Will
Is-
cause them some
it's
damage.
gonna cause them to, like run. It's it's not gonna be good.
Okay, so how so one second. How
Can we get the music back?
you know fuck it, actually I am going to let's see. I have how much movement? So I have 30 feet ground movement. So how far does 45 feet get me?
45 feet. Where were you trying to go? Where were
I'm gonna
you?
go towards that fucking ramp.
Where
Where
were
the video
you?
was good.
I'm by A.
Oh, you're at Bay. I'm gonna say 45 feet probably gets you to the end of C.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, so you're up by C now. That's the end of your turn. Gangplank, you're up.
Alright, so.
I want to be like crouched, kind of trying to hide as best I can.
Yeah.
So, so they're now like closer to one and two, right? The seekers.
Yeah, so Dustwing is down by where that blue truck is, and Snowdrift is kind of, no, Snowdrift actually moved back up to where, Snowdrift and both Snowdrift and Dustwing are kind of along the left side of,
Oh, that's not what I thought you were.
Of two?
no, yes, but, so Dustwing is where that blue trailer is, Snowdrift is, I imagine, up kind of where the cars are.
This thing is where the lecture
Where the blue trailer is.
is? Okay.
Well, in that case,
I'm gonna take these guys to.
Yeah, one would probably be the best bet for you.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna dash down there.
Okay,
Like,
how much-
You've got little flat feet.
How much movement do you
Like
have?
30.
You have 30 feet of movement. I'm gonna say if you spend a free action, you can probably get there.
Yeah.
So if you spend a free action, you get there, and you can kind of just put them down.
Yeah. So down.
Yeah, so you,
jump.
you lower both Jack and Ruby onto the ground. They kind of hop up and stare at you. Kind of not quite sure what to do. They also look around at Rusty, who is like kneeled behind A, still aiming up into the sky with a shotgun.
Like, don't worry, that's one of the good ones. Just lay low. Go,
They're
take
friendly.
cover.
That one and the idiot yelling at the sky on the other end are friendly, I swear.
Yeah. So they both kind of nod, and you see Ruby pulls out a like a very sparkly cased cell phone and starts like texting.
Boy. It's like, kind of a harder quest than all. Let's keep quiet about this, please.
I can hear Ultra Magnus's lecture now.
So is that going to be? You still have a standard action if you moved, but you didn't use a standard action, so you can still attack if you want to.
You know what? Sure. Let's be like, you might want to cover your ears for this, as I'm going to, I guess, pull out a blaster. Are there any within 25 feet of me?
Within 25 feet, Dustwing probably where the blue trailer is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna like pull out, turn around, and fire it at him. So do you actually roll to blast someone?
What is? Hold on, let me just look at the blaster thing real quick. Blaster is. Do you have targeting?
No.
Okay, so you're gonna roll at disadvantage.
That's a 10.
10. It misses. It goes completely over Dustwing.
Next time we do
I can add these.
You should
They're
have
shaking.
alters of costume.
Okay, so Gangplank, and now it's Snowdrift, who's up by where the cars are, up near 3. And LCDC is still over there?
I'm imagining I'm kind of like at the end where you see the end of like the yellow like semi truck.
Yeah,
It
the
sort
school
of
bus?
points into like the sort of edge where of the kind of free zone. I'm kind of around there.
Okay.
So in between 3 and
So,
7.
yeah, I think if she moved about, let's say 25 feet, she could get to you.
Yeah, why not? Sure. You're DM. You can unmute it.
Okay. I mean, they do have, their whole thing is movement, so.
Yeah, they're very fast.
So she's gonna move 25 feet. And she, you know what? She moves 25 feet. She goes over you, and she's gonna try and do a strafing run. So she is gonna do a driving skill test against your toughness.
Oh god, what's my toughness?
Oh, that's an 11. What is your driving?
My toughness is 12.
Yeah, so that doesn't
You don't have anything to do with that.
She does have a +2 to it, so it's 13.
No. Let's
No.
Hey, no, well, come on.
Is LCDC currently on the ground?
I imagine so.
Yeah. So it succeeds. She basically goes straight over you, almost hitting on top of you. It doesn't do any damage, but next turn your movement is 0 because you've been knocked prone.
Ah.
So she basically just knocks you over
Got
as she
ran
goes.
over by
Oh,
you.
Ow.
Yeah.
I'm imagining how these get scooped up a little bit, maybe moved if you
Yeah.
on the wing, just like.
Yeah, and then she kind of does a loop and goes back over to where those cars are, kind of facing down towards where the blue trailer and dust wing are.
The car's on the left side.
Yeah.
Ow. So whose turn is it now?
It's now. That was the last one, so back. It's your turn now.
Oh, good.
So-
My movement is 0. I had a cool plan, and then I just move. Damn it.
Maybe I shouldn't be staring directly
I
at
know
her.
I see it popping up
I'm
in the
just
corner
gonna-
of my eye.
I'm just gonna grab my rifle and kind of try and shoot her from the ground, snowdrift.
Sure.
Do I, so I don't have anything in targeting. Do I roll with disadvantage now?
Yes. If you don't have a D2. What was it?
That's a 7.
Against her, but no. It just, you tried to make it work, but by the time that you kind of lock on, she's already on. Oh, you could have aimed. Oh well.
What?
I said you could have aimed.
Ah,
What's that?
If you aimed, you get an
if I,
upshift.
it's
a free
I should have
action.
aimed. Let's say that was an
Please
impulse.
remember
Wait,
that
I could've
aiming
done
is a
that?
thing. Yes, aiming is a thing. Please remember it.
This is the first time I played this.
No, that's fair.
Oh god.
So-
I don't know shit.
I still have 2 free actions. I just can't move. Can I?
Yeah. If you use a free action, I'm going to say you can get up off the ground.
Can I? Would pulling out a concussion grenade and aiming it be 2 separate free actions?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, I'm not gonna get up. I'm just gonna pull out a concussion grenade and aim it at Snowdrift's head.
Let me just double check if aiming is something you have to do with an attack.
If it is, then I'll get up.
Aiming is for attacking with a ranged weapon, specifically. Do concussion grenades count as range?
They're items.
Well, they're gear, but yeah, they're weapons.
One
But
concussion grenade.
no, they're a sidearm, so you can't aim with those.
Oh, I can't aim.
No.
Do they trigger
Well,
the targeting
biggest
thing?
problem when people
No, they're
return
athletics.
home, They don't
Oh, okay.
know where they should deposit their weapons.
In that case, I'm gonna pull out a concussion grenade and get up. I'll be back.
Take this
So.
Next
story
up is
points.
going to be Rusty. Yes, story points.
I'm sorry, I know this is explained all the time. Can you re-explain this a
No,
little bit?
no, that's totally fair. Let me find where they
I
are.
have an idea in my head. It'll be cool if it works, and I'll be sad if it doesn't.
Where are they?
This also relies on people being
So story points let you re-roll if you get a 1. You can roll as if you're specialized. Add 5 to defense before dice are rolled, or 1 to defense after dice are rolled. Temporary access to a minor piece of equipment, or 2 used within a scene. You have already used an energon point for the thing you need to use it for, but you still have 1 left, so you could get an upshift on a skill test, ignore a snag, or function normally if you get off to 0.
One still also have another energon point that I can use, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Ren.
I don't know why I'm craving Waffle House like hash browns really bad.
Hash browns do sound good.
I don't eat Waffle House very often, but every once in a while it's like I need to be in a Waffle House. Just as a person.
I understand. It's a vibe.
The past few times I've just been having depressing conversations with my dad, so it'd be nice to go again at some point for fun
Yeah. Makes
and
sense.
not crying in the Waffle House. I've cried in Waffle House a lot.
Purify, sanctify the Waffle House.
It's a thing where, like, if I ask my dad to go to Waffle House, he knows it's to have a serious conversation. That's just where we have our talks at for some fucking reason.
Everyone has their like little rituals like that.
I'm gonna be so mad if I fucking whiff this.
Just knock on wood or something.
I have a D4 to add to it, so. I feel like I have a dice curse tonight.
It's just the karmic juncture of a new campaign. You know.
Usually I'm a pretty solid roller, is the thing. You.
The dice.
I just rolled a 1 and then a 20 on this. I don't know whether that means dice jail or use it next.
Schrodinger's dice.
Why is everything in the single digits? Not you.
I expected this thing to have more half-time roll than
It's a mighty 9 dice. Oh my god, you're all rolling shit. Okay. Don't fuck it up. I'm not a dice goblin. I don't even have that many dice. Kayla has like 20 metric pounds.
What was
I'm
that?
I'm just gesturing towards all the time
Your eyes got so big. You're like,
for point of emphasis.
I'm just vibe checking the various dice because I.
How did you start playing? I didn't.
It's
I'm magic. Are we taking a break or?
No, just until I sit back down.
Okay. So, who's turn it on?
Rusty's?
Rusty's, yes. Okay, Rusty. Still going at it with the shotgun. Who did I say was near you? I think I said Dustwing and Snowdrift were both by that blue thing, right? Which is one.
Ah.
LCDC, where did I say the Snowdrift was?
Oh, so what?
Where did I say Snowdrift was? I can't remember.
We're
Oh,
we're
Snowdrift.
going over to the cars, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
over
last
the
time I
car.
knew he was
Cars.
closer to 1.
Snowdrift's the
No,
girl.
not close to the one. On the other side.
I'm
of
sorry I
the,
misgendered
Oh, no.
her.
On the other side of the yellow semi, the car's over there.
Okay, yeah, over there, and then okay. Dustwing is the one that's supposed to do the cars. So Dustwing is the one that Rusty's gonna aim at. So using a free action, she will aim. Giving her an upshift. And then attack with evasion, or to the evasion. Let me just double check the
I feel
shotgun.
like as giant robots, we have the same amount of
Targeting.
movement as just like little people in D&D.
Targeting.
tiptoeing.
D2, so we get D4. Where did my dice go?
In the box.
Oh, okay.
What page are the items on? In the handbook?
That's a 5.
Around, what page am I on? Like around 126.
Oh, that was Cox.
124.
Oh, for fuck. Okay. That's a 2. Okay, so 5 plus 2 is 7, which is not even enough. So Rusty shoots, but Dustwing has sort of gotten wise to what's going on and kind of manages to sort of swoop out of the way at the last second, leaving just a sort of a spray of Cybertronian ball bearings going off into the air.
Giant shotgun blast going on.
And I think that's going to be Rusty's turn. Next up is Dustwing, who's going to retaliate kind. We're doing mini laser. Mini laser.
Okay, you're being chosen. Or else it ends in the jail.
The dice jail.
Yeah, no one got that for me for Christmas.
Can I have the
I
remote
didn't
back?
get it until like January.
Hang on, yeah, sorry.
The post office was against me.
Oh, Venom.
Venom. Skip, for God's sake.
just leave that going. So, just when it's like, you shoot at me, I shoot at you, and then the little laser pops out again as he aims for her. He's, I think, also going to.
I'm only thinking that when LCDC is done, and the amount of times I've had to write down LCDC misses is just. It's just you see.
I kept pretty detailed notes until we got to the fight, and I just kind of forgot to keep updating it.
10 plus 4. Or a D4.
I think we might have to call it once the fight ends because it's already 11:30.
Hold on.
Yeah.
1.
We're still on 3, so.
11. Which I think is going to miss, if I remember correctly. What's your evasion? 15, yeah.